Hello,
Hi,
welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman,
I'm Belle.
and today we are finally doing our Death Note review.
Yep.
It has been maybe 2.5 months,
Going closer to
three,
3 months. Yeah.
since we finished the series, but due to some unforeseen circumstances happening between the finishing of that series and now, we could never find the right time to actually do this.
Yep.
But we got some time now. So
Here we go.
are. We're going to try to do our best to remember
It's been
everything
almost 3 months, so if some things are kind of off,
You know why.
that's why.
I'm pretty sure most of it will come back to me as we're talking about it.
Probably the beginning, maybe a little bit slower, just because we're gonna start remembering. It'll start coming to us.
Yeah. But other than that, I think it'll probably be as long as our normal
Yeah.
reviews.
I expect it to be
a
2
2 hour
hours.
or so review. What was our longest review?
Almost 3.
Yeah, but what series? Was that Madoka?
I think it was Madoka.
Or was it Fate? I think it was Madoka.
I'm pretty sure it was Madoka, but it was Fate Zero was not too far behind it.
Yeah, that was pretty long too. Anyway. This will probably be the standard
Not super
length
long.
review. Well, I mean, 2 hours is pretty long. That's like a movie.
Yeah.
Except you're not really watching a very entertaining thing. You're just watching us
Discuss.
discuss the characters mostly, and then everything else.
Takes like maybe 20.
20 minutes.
20. Which is our sad reality, but we got a lot
Yeah.
to say usually.
But you will get, like, our thoughts on all the characters, at least the ones that we think are
Relevant.
important.
Yeah.
I did not write that girl's name down.
Takara?
Takata.
Takata?
Okay.
Yeah, because she tied in with the
Yeah.
dude.
Okay. I had to add a name onto the list.
Yep.
It's a longer list than normal,
Yep.
but there were quite a few characters.
Yeah.
We even got some of the, I guess, secondary characters in
Characters.
here, just because they played a pretty big part. Not all of them, though. Some of them we're just going to not even talk about because, I mean...
Some of them were more relevant, played bigger roles than others, but to ignore it all would be ignoring some key things that happened.
We'll probably bring up a couple of them because they did something important. But they're not going to get a separate discussion. So yeah, I guess we'll get right into it now.
Whew.
Did you want to do the story, or do you want me to do the story?
I'll do the story.
Okay. Oh, for those of you who are making this your first review that you're watching from us,
Oh, yep.
we usually start with what the story is, talk about that for a little bit. Then we go to the characters, which takes up about an hour and a half.
Yep. Pretty accurate.
Once we're done with the characters, we're going to talk about our favorite and least favorite. Or if we don't have like a least favorite, like we thought they all were pretty good, but maybe one of them needed a little more screen time or something, we'll do that. We're going to talk about the theme music, the theme of the series, how the art and the animation was, and then we're going to give final grades on all of that. Characters, art, animation, story, and music. Afterwards, we're going to talk about whether we would watch it again, and if we would recommend it to anyone. Seeing as how I did not finish this the first time I started watching it, I don't have to go into whether the second viewing made it better.
Okay.
So, because I mean, technically, more than half of it was the first time viewing.
Yeah.
Normally, if I've seen the series, which happened with a few of the shows we watched,
Majority.
I will go into whether I believe a second viewing made it better or if I thought it was worse. So far, I haven't seen anything that's been worse. So that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how we do these reviews. It's mostly a discussion of the characters, and then maybe 30 minutes of everything else.
Yeah. We like to go really in depth about.
Sort of. Mainly, it's just, I like this character because of this reason,
and then this happened, and then we kind of bounce off of what the other person says. But
less of an in-depth look at the characters, like psychology and all that. No, we're not going to get that in-depth.
No, not like that. Not at all.
This is mainly a discussion about our opinions of the character and what we thought of them and how they did things. And
like
whether we liked what they did,
or
whether
didn't.
We thought they were an idiot, which you're probably going to hear us say a lot during our Full Metal review.
Oh yeah, I'm not even ready for it. That's a real one.
All right, now let's get into the story.
All right. So Death Note is basically about a high school student named Light. He ends up finding what's called a Death Note. It's a notebook where if you write someone's name down in there, you can write down how they die, or if not, they just will die of a heart attack, but you need to see their face and know their first and last name. And then with this, he decides that he wants to become a god. He wants to get rid of all people that are evil.
And basically rule by fearmonger,
yeah.
Basically. He wants to make people believe that if they do anything wrong, they're going to be next.
Yep. It doesn't matter if it's a small crime or a big crime. He would kill you.
Yep.
And with that being said, we're going to get right into the character.
Well, I do want to correct you on one thing.
What?
He does not have to see their face. He just has to know what they look like.
Oh, yeah.
Because if there's somebody with like the same name as the one you're trying to kill, it needs to know
which one
you're trying to kill. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Because if you don't know what the guy looks like, but you're like, I want to kill this person.
Yeah, you're just going to kill a random. It has to be someone that you know.
Oh, it's not even going to work. Because there's going to be too many.
Yep, too many people.
I don't know which one you're talking about, so I'm not even going to do anything.
It's like voided.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
You just have to have a mental image of the person that you are trying to kill, so that the notebook knows which one you are trying to kill.
Yep.
You also cannot make him do anything that is impossible. Like, he was testing it out with the people in the
prison.
Well, actually, let's do that in the characters.
Okay.
In the characters, because we're going to go to Light first.
Okay.
So...
Do you want to just finish what you were saying?
Yeah, I'll finish what I'm saying. He was testing out the notebook to see the limitations it had. And... he was killing off people in prison. And he wrote down in the notebook, I want so-and-so to fly to Paris and I think do something from the Eiffel Tower and then jump off. Eiffel Tower and then jump off. But because he was in jail, there was no way for him to be able to get to Paris, especially with, I think, the amount of time he gave him.
Yeah, no, it wasn't, like, realistic.
I think it was like a day or something within the day.
Yeah, by the end of the day or something like that.
So if it's unrealistic...
It won't do it.
It won't do it. It's not... he'll just die of a heart attack. He'll die, just not the way you wanted him to. So you have to make it something that can actually happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... It's not like you can write down, I want this person to die by a centaur.
Yeah. It's like, what?
I mean, I guess you can have someone in a centaur cosplay just show up and just stab him.
Stomp him out.
Yeah, but...
It has to be realistic.
It has to be realistic.
If it's not, it just won't work.
It won't work, and they'll just die of a heart attack. Okay, characters. So yeah, I just wanted to correct that, because you don't have to you have to be looking at them. You just have to see their face in your mind, like who you want to kill.
Like know what they look like. So as far as Light, he was in the beginning of the show.
Good person.
Yeah,
he was a normal high school student who was trying to get into a good college.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a policeman, didn't he?
Yeah, he wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps.
Yeah, by becoming a policeman. So he can help people. In fact, I think they mentioned later on that he was helping. He helped them with a few cases.
Yeah.
He really believed in justice.
A little too much as the show progresses. But yeah, at the beginning of it, he's your average high school student. And then one day, he just finds the Death Note.
which just fell out of the sky. I think he actually noticed it fall out of the sky.
He was sitting in his classroom and he was looking out into the courtyard and noticed
a
boom.
black notebook just fall down into the ground.
So then he gets up when class is over and goes out to go see what it is, picks it up, and then he starts
looking through it,
which you see the first page, which tells you the rules.
Yep. The rules of the Death Note, which I probably should have wrote down, but we'll try to list off as many as we can. Basically, whoever's name you write into the book will die within
30 seconds?
I think it's 30 seconds.
30 seconds for the heart attack.
Yeah, with a heart attack. You can write specifics, but I don't think it actually lists that.
No, it doesn't list it, but you can do specifics. You can put the time and how you want them to die.
Yeah.
But, again, like we said before, it has to be realistic.
It has to be realistic. Like, he did not believe it was real at first. He was like, some joke.
Yeah.
He's like, but he was intrigued. He was like, okay, well, maybe I should try it out, just to be sure.
And then that's when that lady's getting her purse taken?
No, these dudes were messing with her, like, trying to grab her and stuff.
And then...
And, he wrote in his notebook. I don't even know how he... Oh, yeah, somebody said his name.
Yeah, out loud.
So he knew who the guy was. So he wrote the guy's name in the book, saying, this guy gets hit by a truck.
Yeah, and then...
And the lady runs off. He goes after her on his motorcycle and gets hit by a truck and dies.
He's a little bit in shock.
Yeah.
Because he can't believe what he just
saw. And he thought it was coincidence.
So
like,
then
okay, well, that could have happened no matter, at any time. But...
He tested it again.
Yeah.
But a little bit more specific.
Yeah, he was watching the news, and there was a kidnapping.
Yeah.
A guy had locked himself into, what was it, like an orphanage? Or some building?
Yeah.
With some hostages. And he wrote in the book just the guy's name, because obviously they had his name on the news, so he knew who the guy was. He wrote his name in the book.
And waited.
Didn't even give any specifics, just wrote his name. And looked at his clock to check the time, see how long it took when it hit the time. And at first he's like, okay, I knew it didn't work because
they didn't say anything. But then
people started coming out of the building, and they're like, okay, the police are going in, and he's dead.
And then
they said
later
he
announced
just collapsed on the ground and had a heart attack.
So then that's when he just decides that he is going to rid the world of all evil to re-purify it. He wants to become a god.
Yeah.
And then this is where
Ryuk comes in.
I like him. I do.
Well,
I like him with apples when he's going through his withdrawals.
I actually think Light took a little bit before he decided he wanted to be a god. At first he was thinking how he should use it.
Well, he contemplated. He's like, well, should I use it for good? What should I do with this? Should I even use this?
Yeah.
Like, he had, like, a little...
I don't know. I forget how long it was before Ryuk actually showed up. Maybe a week?
It was about a week. He wasn't there right away. It took him a while to show up.
Ryuk is the Shinigami, or death god, that was the owner of the notebook. Basically, he dropped it on Earth.
Because he was bored.
He was bored, and he needed something exciting to keep him entertained. Then he figured, well, I'll just drop my notebook into the human world, and we'll let one of them just start using it, and we'll see where it goes from there.
See who gets it, see where it takes us.
Lucky for him, Light found it. Because, yeah.
I think once Ryuk showed up, that's when he kind of decided...
No, he knew before. He just knew Shinigami must exist. That's because Ryuk showed up. He screamed at first because, I mean, you don't expect us to see one pop up in your room. Especially one that looks like Ryuk.
Yeah.
Ryuk is pretty creepy looking. Ryuk showed up in his room, and I forget what Ryuk said, but he brought up something about the Shinigami and all this, and he's all, well, I kind of figured you all were real after the book kind of showed up. And then he starts telling him what's going on, because Ryuk looked in there and saw that there was a lot of names written down. Like, a lot. There were
pages.
Pages and pages of people's names written in this notebook.
Like, he got busy.
And he makes a comment about that. Like, you've been kind of busy since you've had this. And he starts explaining his whole outlook about how he wants to like you said, kind of purify the world, get rid of all the evil people, murderers, rapists, terrorists.
Anyone that...
I don't know about thieves. I don't know about that. Did he say anything about thieves?
Not really,
I think
but
they were okay as long as they didn't do anything too severe.
As long as it wasn't like a major like thing, and they didn't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
He was like, eh, but like
very small crimes he didn't care about. It was mainly the big ones.
Yeah.
Don't kill nobody. Don't be a terrorist.
Nope.
Don't rape anybody. Nothing like that. If you did that, you were dead.
It was like instantly dead.
Mm-hmm. And then that's when he tells Ryuk that he decides that he's going to become the god of this new world. Which made Ryuk very excited. Because
he was bored.
Yeah, and this is exactly what he wanted.
He wanted excitement, and boy, does he...
Does he get it.
He
For a
gets it.
long time. Years.
Like, I don't think he planned.
No, I think he expected maybe 6 months max.
Yeah. I don't think he expected someone like...
Light
to get it.
Book.
Because I honestly think he assumed like maybe small, like people would go do some small things, but not go as big as Light
just went straight forward. I'm going to be a god.
Yeah. There was like no middle ground. Like once he made his decision, that was it. He wanted to be the god of the new world that he was creating.
Mm-hmm. And nothing was going to stop him.
Nope.
Not even
not his
family, dad, who was
Leaf's chief,
working for.
Right? Was he?
I don't think he wasn't the chief, but he was pretty high up. I think he was a detective.
Detective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I knew he was. I remembered him being pretty high up, but I don't remember his.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't the chief because I know they show the chief a few times because he has to report to him a couple.
Oh
times.
yeah.
But yeah, even his dad, who works for the police and is on the investigation team to look for Kira, as he is known. That's his code name. That's how everybody...
His god name.
Yeah, that's what everybody is calling him because, well, they don't know who's really doing it. And nobody's going to suspect Light Yagami, the top student in possibly the country.
Right. The son of a detective that has helped on
many cases.
He's already well known to be
a good
kind,
person.
Not willing to hurt, not going to hurt anyone, not going to do any harm, won't break the law. He was basically... No one expected it.
Nobody would have expected it. And yeah, like you were saying about Ryuk, with his apple addiction.
I will say that that was one of my favorites. I love when he, because Ryuk loves apples. Like, loves them.
It's like a drug for them, almost, the way it seems. Because he says he has withdrawals.
And the withdrawals he has are,
weird.
Yeah.
His body starts contorting in different ways.
He's all
what is he, standing on his hands?
Yeah, he just starts he's on his hands, his feet are up, and he's just going, whoo!
Yeah.
He starts going crazy until he gets apples.
And it was difficult for him when Light's room got bugged.
Oh yeah, and he couldn't...
He couldn't eat anything. He couldn't even acknowledge him.
Nope, he just had to sit there.
He's trying to talk to Light, and he's all, Light, why are you ignoring me? And he just writes down, look, the room's bugged, alright? I already know. I had this room a certain way.
And it's...
What, do you have a hair on the doorknob or something? So that if it was opened, it would be broken and he'd know somebody was in there. And then there was some other thing that would show him that somebody
came it was in. A weird thing where when they twisted the knob to open it, something would break.
Something thin enough for them not to see, but he knew it was there so he wouldn't notice.
And it was broken, so he was like, yeah. He was also very... very smart.
Well, yeah.
They weren't kidding when he was the top student. He really was. He is
incredibly
smart. The way he pieces some things together throughout the show as quickly as he did, and I'm talking beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Because he does kind of get rusty
towards the end. Because he had nobody to challenge him.
He had no one smart enough to really challenge him, so you have to constantly test your brain. He wasn't doing it, so it got rusty. But in the beginning of the show, it was top notch. Where you guys saw, I was constantly saying, "Wow,
this dude is so smart.
He's so smart."
I never would have thought of that.
He planned so far ahead, and I will say that was one of his best things that kept him alive for as long as
he was. He would think 4 steps ahead.
He was. It's like one thing would happen, and he had already calculated for
if
that to happen.
something happens like this, then I have this contingency in case.
And if they say this or do this, I have this. Like, he was always, prepared for any situation, any scenario. Doesn't matter how quickly it was thrown at him.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And I'll say that was one of his best traits for what he was trying to accomplish. Because he wasn't like an average Joe.
Especially when L came on the case.
Yeah, once L showed up, that's when it all kind of, changed. Do you want to...
No, I'm just marking this so that we know we already talked about him.
Okay.
Do
you want to start talking about L?
No, not yet. We're still talking about Light. We still got quite a bit to talk about Light. I'm just doing that so we know
we're talking about
who
him?
we've done already.
But he's really smart. And he just keeps going, and he keeps getting information from his dad about the case before he even gets brought onto the case.
And it's not even directly from his dad. Like, his dad works for the police, but he can't talk about the case. But he would have access to his dad's computer, like the files that he had, because he knew how to
the password to unlock it.
I don't think his dad knew he had the password, but he knew the password, so he would get in, check the files, and be like, okay, well, they're doing this, and they're looking at this, and they're looking at these people,
and they're like, this is what they have, this is what they don't have, this kind of ties it to something like me, so this is what I need to do. Like, he was going all around, and he was using his dad as a way to get information before they put him onto the...
One of the times, I would say he very nearly messed up was when he killed that FBI agent.
Oh.
The first one.
In the very beginning?
Him. Yeah. What, Ray Pinber, I think was his name?
Yeah, that's where...
Yeah, that's when L had FBI agents following the students or, family members of the detectives that were on the case.
Yes, to see...
Or in the police just in general, because he kind of figured that it was somebody that knew too much information. And in order to know the information, they had to know somebody in the police department.
To get that type.
So he had the families followed.
All of them.
And Light was being followed. It was funny because when they're walking down that alley, him and Ryuk, Ryuk's flying. Floating. And he's like, look, I normally wouldn't say anything, but this guy's kind of creeping me out, so you're being followed.
You've been...
All right?
Yeah. It's like, he's been following us for a while, and he's just like...
He's kind of creeping me out, all right? He's ruining my good mood.
He didn't even really realize that he had been...
Followed,
because at this point he thought, oh, no one's gonna think of me.
No one thinks it's me.
So he had his guard. He was pretty open.
Now, the reason this was a mistake for him to kill the guy, big mistake, almost, was because they had already crossed him off the list. He was already reporting that there was no suspicious activity for Light, that he was clear, no need to follow him anymore or look into him. It was fine. But Light had already decided that this guy needed to die.
So he killed him.
He had him killed off. And he showed his face, which he does sometimes when he kills somebody. Personally. Wants to just kill this person.
He wants you to see...
that he outsmarted you and that you were just beneath him pretty much.
That's also one of his,
downsides.
Downsides, because that's where he really messes up, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk about that later on, but...
Yeah, that comes into play, at the end.
Yeah, at the very end, if he would have done something a little bit... Differently, he might have been able to...
talk his way out.
To play it off.
But in this case, he actually killed the guy. He gave him a little bit of the notebook.
He gave him a tiny piece.
Oh, no, he just had him write down their names. He told them to go into his laptop, write down all the names of the FBI agents that were in Japan, and then leave them on the train that he was on, on the luggage thing, and then get off the bus, off the train. He had already written his name in the book by this point, I think, before he got off, so that he would die, right when he got off. And when he looks back, he sees Light just looking down at him.
And then he knew.
Smiling. And it's not like he can say, hey, Light did this, because he's dead.
Yeah, it was already too late.
And then he had all the names to the FBI agents, so he wrote all their names down. I think he got pictures, too, because he could look up their names and stuff, and be like, okay, so this guy...
Because he had the files and everything, so he had everything, and he started killing off people, but that same guy had a fiancé?
Yeah, a fiancé, who was also in the FBI. She was an agent, a very smart agent.
But she had retired, right?
Well,
Or-
because they were going to start a family.
Yeah.
They were getting married, and I think they wanted.
They wanted to
her
start
stay
planning.
home. She wanted to stay home. Like,
Yeah.
He wanted her to stay home and stuff. It's different in like Asia and stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, she did. She left the agency.
She started.
Yeah, she started suspecting that maybe
Something went wrong with the person that
and
he was following.
and Kira killed him, and so she started like investigating on her own.
Building her own case, like private.
And then when she got certain information, like stuff that she just thought up of, like, well, maybe Kira is able to manipulate how these people die.
Yeah, like she started piecing it.
I think
All
she
together.
was the first one to even think that.
She was the first one to think of that, and she was the first one to really start to question how serious this could.
Get. So she decided to go to L because they've worked on a few cases. So he knew who she was, and he would take her seriously.
Yeah.
It's not like some random person just came up and saying, "Look, I got information." He's just
Yeah.
going to be like, "Okay, well, somebody else go down there and talk to the person and see what he's got."
She was already well respected, so.
Yeah, he knew she was smart. He knew that she was a tough agent.
Yeah.
So she knew that if she went to him, he would listen to her. Unfortunately, Light had gone down to the police station because he was giving something to his dad.
Yeah.
Who
dropping
wasn't
something
wasn't
off.
there at the time, I think, because he was at the headquarters for
Yep.
the Kira investigation squad. Saw her at the desk, saying that she needed to talk to the Kira squad. You know, I need to talk to these people. I need to talk to L. And he's like,
Who are you?
"What is going on here?" And then just starts a conversation with her, kind of gets some information out of her about why she wants to talk to them. I don't know why she was giving up any kind of information.
Yeah, it's like to a
whatsoever.
random.
Just because he's the son of the police detective, and he's helped with certain cases. I guess she felt, and I don't know, just the way he was constantly on her about things would have made me more
Like
suspicious.
it would have set something off, and I think like towards the end, like she started to tell like
No, because she gave
him
in
a
the
lot-
beginning she was a little like no, because she gave him the fake name.
Yeah, gave him the fake name.
And then he tried to write the name in the notebook, and it didn't work. Ryoko already knew it wasn't going to work because he saw the name and was like laughing.
Yeah, like,
And Light's like, "Why is he laughing?"
and then it didn't
and
work.
then nothing worked. And I think that's he didn't tell him, but he gave him like a hint. And Light figured out, oh, she gave me a fake name.
Yeah,
And then he just kept following her around.
and then kept going up and trying to talk to her about like, let me go with you.
Team up and
Let's work on this case together. And then I don't know. He was really good at manipulating and like, I don't know if that's the right word. Like making them.
trusting. Like they made him seem, he was good at making himself seem like he was trustworthy.
Yeah, that's a better word.
But I don't know. To me,
It just seemed weird.
if it was me, it would have been like, dude, why are you
like a red
pestering
flag.
me? Just go away.
It's like, I'm not going to talk to you about this. You need to back up.
Yeah, just go away. All right, I don't want to deal with you. You're freaking me out with the way you're just following me around
And you're asking
constantly.
me all these questions.
Because what? He was only supposed to help her get to the hotel,
Yeah, to help her go to where his dad.
and
then what?
when I guess they were gone, and she turned around, he started following her again.
There was just
It
a
was
lot
like,
of
why-
red flags. Like, he was still rusty.
But still somehow convinced her to give him her real name. And then he wrote it in the notebook and then said, "Oh, I'm Kira." And then she goes and kills herself or something.
Yeah, she does.
It's like, what the heck, lady?
Yeah, she was the smartest to figure it out so fast, but then she was...
She was too willing to trust him.
Yeah, that's where she failed.
Despite all of the red flags he was giving off. At least for me. They would have, like Belle said, would have been red flags. Like, stop following me. Why are you asking all these questions?
Why are you persistent?
Are you even on the case?
That would have been
I'm
me.
going to need some kind of, like, proof that you're actually on the case.
That
in
you're
order
on
for
the
me
case, like...
to believe you. Like, I need to talk to your dad.
Yeah, it's like, I need real information before I start giving anything out to you, because, like... She was good, but then he was good at, like, portraying himself in the way that he needed to, that would best fit what he needed in that moment.
And yeah, that's why it was almost a big mistake for him to kill that guy.
He almost got caught right there.
Yeah, almost.
Like, if she would have gotten the red flags, it would have been pretty much over right there. Like, he would have gotten...
Maybe not right there, but he would have been caught a lot sooner.
Like, it would have taken years. Like...
Yeah. There's a lot about this character. But yeah, like Belle said, in the beginning he was incredibly smart with his planning. Like when they had caught him and Misa.
Yes.
And, well, they had caught Misa. Misa is,
His
let me see, she's a Kira, I guess you would call her.
Fan?
Yeah, fan.
Super fan,
But
almost.
she was basically in love with him. Because he had killed some guy who had murdered her family.
Yeah.
Killed her family. So she pretty much wanted to meet Kira because she was in love with him now. Which, I mean, you haven't even met the guy yet.
Yeah, she was infatuated with him.
But she had a death note as well, given to her by another Shinigami named Rem.
Rip.
Who had pretty much fallen in love with Misa.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that when we talk about them. But she had killed a few people to get his attention. He noticed, obviously, because people are dying and she's using his name,
yep.
Kira. And Belle pretty much had already figured out this is a separate person.
Yeah,
He's not doing this the way Kira would do this.
He's not talking the way Kira wouldn't have made this move.
Kira would have done things a lot differently and a lot more intelligently.
A little bit smarter, covered their tracks a little bit better.
Yeah. Not only that, but she was able to kill without knowing their name, really, because she had the eyes.
Yeah.
She didn't have to know their name beforehand. What I'm talking about is these things called the Shinigami eyes. You make a deal with your Shinigami. It cuts your lifespan in half, I think.
Yeah, in half.
But you get the ability to see the lifespan of the person you want to kill and their real name. Ryuk offered this to Light a couple times, and he turned it down.
Yeah, because he wanted to live as long as he possibly could, so he wasn't willing to cut his life in half. Which was perfect that Misa, in his eyes, had
done it.
Made the deal.
Because he could use it.
To his advantage. Because, again, he manipulated to get what he needed from her.
Oh, he didn't have to manipulate.
Well, she loved him.
He just had to tell her, do this, and she would do it.
Because she was blinded.
The only thing that kept him from having her kill herself was Rem.
Yeah.
Who said that if he had anything to do with Misa dying, or if he knew that she had been hurt or died in any way because of him, he would kill him.
Yeah.
Like, without even
hesitating.
He would kill Light.
Rem said, "You will be the first person I suspect."
Yeah, and I will write your name in my notebook. But yeah, she ended up getting caught because Light told her to make a video about, I forget what, meeting...
Like to send to the news station to have published, I think. About meeting.
Yeah, it was going to be put up on the TV about meeting Kira and how he's going to stop doing all this stuff and all that. But the first few tapes that Misa had sent out that she had were done by her friend. So there was nothing really connecting
Misa to
the tapes to Misa, except for the friend, but I don't think they even thought about looking into her.
No.
But when she sent out this new one, I think she left, what, like some fingerprints?
Yeah, she left her
some hair or something, like a strand of hair.
And then...
They had something that connected her to the tape. So they knew she's the second Kira. When I grabbed her, had her locked up, pretty much practically like torturing her.
She was like in one of those
straight jacket
type where you're like
with a stretcher.
Yep.
To keep her standing up straight, had her blindfolded.
Yep. She couldn't Couldn't really do
much of anything.
anything at all.
Didn't release her for bathroom breaks.
Nope.
Nope. So Light came up with the idea.
This is where it really shows how much he plans. Like, everything has to fall into perfect
Order
for this to work.
In order for this to work. Where I think it was Misa who told him a couple of things about the notebook he didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Ryuk knew that if he gave up the notebook, he would forget everything about the notebook.
Ryuk didn't know. Because he was like, oh,
Well,
okay.
I just... Even he was learning new things being with Light.
Now he knew. The more you know.
Yeah. And so she told him about that. And also how to kill a Shinigami.
Yeah, because he didn't know at all how to actually kill one. And she told her backstory, kinda, of like how one killed...
Rem told Misa a story about how one died, which was actually a Shinigami that saved her from being killed.
Because it
loved her. And all he was doing was watching her. Like, he was, like, infatuated. And then when she was going to be killed, he wrote that killer's name in the book, and that... You can't save somebody.
No.
Using the Death Note. You have to basically just let everything happen the way it's going to happen. And if you interfere by killing somebody who's going to kill somebody, you die. And so Misa told Light, this is how you kill a Shinigami. Bad move, in my opinion.
It really is for later on.
But Light came up with the plan that he would relinquish his ownership of his notebook. I think he took ownership of Misa's.
Yeah.
And then relinquished ownership of that.
He gave up that ownership.
He gave Rem... No, not Rem. Ryuk? No, yeah, he gave Rem. He gave Rem the notebook to give to somebody else.
Yeah.
And then he buried Misa's in the ground, didn't he?
Yeah, one of them got buried in that, forest.
Gave Misa's to Rem. Buried his in the ground because when Misa got it, she saw Ryuk.
Yeah.
That's how it happened. So he buried his notebook in the ground. Gave Rem Misa's notebook to give to somebody else so that they can continue writing names in the book.
So that way, while they're both locked up, they can see, oh, well, they're both here, and people are still dying so it can't possibly be them. So they can be free. They get released, and...
Unwillingly.
Yeah.
L did not want to give him up.
L knew something was like...
God, okay, fine. Let him go.
Because how long were they? You guys
aren't going to stop hounding me. I think they were there for a couple of months.
Yeah, they were there for a while, like, in the cells, and then at one point the dad goes in.
Yeah, he went in. He said, if you've got my son locked up, then I'll be locked up too. Because you can't trust me.
Yep. So then all three of them were locked up for a while. And then since the killings wouldn't stop, even though they were all locked up in there, they had to...
Well, they had to let him go, but L wanted to test him.
Yeah.
So he had the idea that we will have Light's father take them both out.
Oh, yeah,
drive
this is
down,
savage.
like they were going to a certain location.
Yes.
And that he was going to just kill the both of them.
Yep, and then kill...
And then kill himself.
He was about to commit suicide.
But, he was using blanks, I believe.
Yeah, because he did. He pointed the gun at them and went, bah, 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 bah. But they were all...
They were blanks.
Didn't work.
Freaked him out and said, okay, well, we kind of figured that you would write...
Confess.
Either confess or write his name in the notebook. And you didn't do either of those, so you're free.
You guys are...
And then that's when he joins in on the case.
Yep, that's when they do that. But they still keep a sharp eye.
Oh yeah, they keep he's handcuffed to L
for a while.
Like pretty much up until like the very end of this arc.
Yeah.
He's helping out with the case. L's got him handcuffed to his arm. Misa is basically on house arrest in the
the headquarters.
Yeah, which is like a big hotel.
Pretty much.
But she's like under house arrest because they were like, we know you're the second Kira. We got DNA evidence.
Yeah,
right?
it was already set, so they couldn't let her just
Let her
go.
But they didn't do anything to her. Like
No.
she was still able to go out and do her promotional stuff,
Do
and
stuff for
model
acting
and
and like everything she still needed to day to day, but she had to
she had
go
an
back.
escort. She would have one of the
guys in the group.
Mogi.
Usually, yeah, I was about to say usually Mogi.
Yeah, she would have Mogi with her. And for a little bit, Matsuda, he was with her for a little bit too.
Yeah,
Would be with her, just to keep an eye on her.
just to make sure they weren't
But
doing anything.
the notebook was passed off to this guy, Kyosuke Higuchi, part of this group called the Yatsuba Group. It was a company. I don't exactly know what they did.
It didn't really go into it, but
They were
they had a lot of rival
companies, and they were using it to further their company along.
They were basically trying to get rid of the competition.
Yep, they were killing off the CEOs and stuff like that, and it would lower their stock, rise the Yatsuba Group stock.
Mm-hmm.
But then he would also kill criminals, because you got to keep up appearances.
Yep.
He ends up basically, he's not that smart. This guy.
No, he was overly cocky, I would say.
Yeah. He thought because he had the notebook, nobody could touch him. He would just kill them. And
Yeah, that he thought he was invincible.
yeah. Even especially after he got the eyes.
Oh yeah, once he got the eyes, he became a complete...
Idiot. He's like, I'm
Douche.
untouchable. I can kill all of you whenever I feel like it. Not that he got to use them.
No.
But, basically, he had Rem give the notebook, I said earlier, to somebody, but he specifically said somebody with, like, power.
Yeah.
Somebody who's
Easy.
easily going to, like, be caught, basically. Because they're going to be too...
Yeah,
predictable. They got caught pretty quickly. I think it was maybe...
a month.
How many episodes? 6? 7?
Yeah, about 7, if that. I feel like they weren't... Like, they were around for a
little
bit, but they weren't around, like, long at all.
Yeah.
Like, their time was very...
Short.
And it was their time was also very predictable.
Uh-huh.
Which is what they asked for.
Yeah.
Well, what Light had asked for.
Yeah. But, they only lasted 6, 7 episodes, and a couple of the people in the group were actually...
Killed.
Well, no, not that. Although, yeah, also that. But they did not trust the guy. So, I forget what the other guy's name was, but when he was contacted by the FBI and told, look, we have cameras in your office, and we know
the one
that
that panicked.
you guys are the ones that are doing the killing. But we can cut you a deal if you get us the name of the person who has the notebook.
Yeah.
And so he struck the deal. I'll get you names. I'll get you the guy that has the notebook. Just don't put me in jail.
Yeah, just like, I just want to be out, man.
And this guy, because another one of them was like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore either. This guy's in...
It was like, what was it, 3?
Yeah, it was like 3 of them.
3 of them. 3 of them decided that they were going to help
Help the FBI. The Kira investigation group.
basically take down...
Yeah, take down Higuchi. Because they were just tired of him.
Yeah. He was threatening their lives, like...
Look, I'll write your name in this notebook. In fact, he killed one of them.
Yeah, right in front of everybody. He just, like, someone... What was it? Someone disagreed or, like, questioned a
Yeah, I
move he
think
was trying to make.
He was questioning something.
And instantly, he just, like...
Well,
He said something to him?
he said he would be fine. Yeah, we're not going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, not long later, he dies.
Yeah, he totally, like...
It's like, yeah, you totally killed him.
Yeah, it's like, there was no doubt. He totally just, like... He killed him because of that.
Yeah. And,
So people were tired of being like, oh, dude, this guy's just gonna kill us off if we say
anything. So
anything.
let's just turn him in.
Yeah, they're already coming after us, so let's save our own.
Save our own skin. To make sure we don't get put in jail, or at least get a reduced sentence.
Right?
But Misa... This helped catch the guy. Misa pretty much, after finding out who it was, because they knew who it was, because like I said, they had cameras and stuff in the office, because Matsuda was putting them up.
Yeah.
And so she met up with the guy.
To go do an audition, right?
Yeah, she did an audition because they were going to do a commercial for the group. Whatever it is they do.
Yeah.
She was going to do a commercial for them. And
she wanted to go have a date because he wanted to go on a date with her.
His whole thing was, if I'm going to be... I guess he wanted to be a god, too. If I'm going to be a god, I might as well have the best-looking girl with me. And that's you. So, you're my girl now.
Yep. And then Misa had figured out, okay, this is what I need to do.
In order to catch the guy. And... Oh, go ahead.
So what she ends up doing is agreeing to go on a date with him. But what she does is while she's in the car with him, she has her phone, I think, recording the conversation.
I think it was just voice recording.
Yeah, just voice recording. And basically saying, before she starts recording, saying, I'm Kira, like, I have the powers. And he's like, no, you don't. I don't believe you. Prove it to me. And then... I forget who's in the back seat.
Rem. Rem is in the back seat because they have Misa's notebook.
Yep, they're in the back seat, and she's like, "Well, tell me anyone you want me to kill, and I'll prove it to you that I am Kira." And then Rem is catching on.
Okay, you want me to kill this person?
Yeah. So then Rem looks at who he's asking Misa to kill and kills him.
Yeah, she's writing a name down, but she knows it's not going to
Yeah.
work. But she knows Rem is going to write the name down as well, because Rem pretty much going to do whatever Misa wants her to do. I don't know. It looks like a female, but it kind of sounds like a male.
It's hard to say.
Whatever it is,
Rem.
It knows that it's going to.
She's going to do it. So once he gets the call saying, "Oh my God, this person just died," he's like, "You are
second Kira."
Yeah.
And then he starts going on about how he's Kira.
And that's when she starts recording. He basically does a full-on confession.
Yeah.
That he's Kira, that they can rule everything.
But because she knew that wasn't going to be enough.
Yep.
She's like, okay, well, you're going to have to prove this to me.
Yeah, you're going to have to show me.
Because I can't just believe that you're Kira.
I just had to show you that I was...
Because...
You didn't believe me, so I need the same thing.
So what I need you to do was he wasn't supposed to kill anybody for a certain amount of days. And then after that, he was supposed to kill, I think, a certain amount.
Yeah, a certain amount of people. I think it was like a week. He had to wait about a week. And then he had to kill so many people. And then he did. He waited... and then started to kill them all. Which just was like...
Yep, that's him.
It was like undistinguishable proof that she had the recording, and then he waited that much time, and killing stopped, and then boom.
People died.
A bunch of people died.
And they're like, okay, well, we know it's him now, let's go in and get him. We got a plan. I think Light had brought in a couple of people.
Yeah, he brought in those
two
people.
Mm-hmm. That one guy and one girl.
Yeah, the one girl and the dude.
Whose names I can't remember. Sorry. They were only in it for a few episodes.
Yeah, they brought them both in to take him down.
Yep. And,
that was a pretty elaborate plan to take him down.
Yeah. But, I mean, when you're dealing with somebody with a notebook that can kill you...
Yeah, you have to be pretty elaborate.
Yeah. But, and don't worry, this all ties into Light's plan.
It does.
How to get them
it's a long plan, but it
ties in.
It ties in.
And at the same time, we're talking about other characters.
Yep.
So, works out.
It's all going through.
I guess I can cross this guy off because we already...
Yeah, he's pretty much, once we're done with
this
plan, he's pretty much done.
That'd be
his relevance.
So, they go in to get him. I know he figures out that they're after him because they arrest a few of the Yotsuba group.
Yeah, a couple of the people.
And then...
He goes to... one, like a records place?
Somebody called him and said, hey, this guy was just arrested. Do you know anything
about it?
Yeah. And
like what's going on?
He starts turning on the news and seeing all the stuff going on, and...
That's when he starts to be like, oh
starts
God.
Freaking out.
Yeah, he was not good under pressure. Like, that was his breaking point.
Yeah.
Like, he was already caught, but he, like, handled it so poorly. Like, instant panic. He tried to go to, what was it, like the records facility?
No. I remember what it was. Matsuda. Remember, he had pretended that he fell off that balcony.
Yeah, when
And
he was
died. But he was on that talk show telling him, I know who Kira is, and I can...
Oh yeah, because that
I'll
thing
give the
had fallen
revelation.
and he had seen his
face.
His face, and he was like, "No!" And that's when he goes to the records place to get
That
his
his
real
name.
name to kill him before he says who he was.
That he was Kira.
That's where that tied in. I was like, I know he goes to a records place
Yeah,
to get
no,
someone's name, but I don't remember whose name.
Yeah, see, it helps when you remember why certain events happen. And like I said in the beginning, it's going to come back to us as we're talking about it. That's one of the... a good example of
Yep,
that.
there you go, perfect.
He goes to this records place because he called the agency and they said, oh, well, you know, some of them use fake names. We would have his real name on his records if you want to go to the office because nobody's there right now, so you can't really call and ask somebody to find it for you. Go down there. The door is unlocked.
That was
I would have
kinda
found
weird.
a bit, yeah.
It's like no one's there, but yet the door is conveniently unlocked for me to go there. But he was, like we said, he was not good under pressure, and he was not thinking at all clearly.
No, so
he
he
was
rushed
just
down there.
panic. Like, he fell into all of the
traps that they said, he fell for them, like, right away. There was
And-
no questioning anything that they were doing.
Yeah, and at the same time, those two other people were following him, right? Like, the girl was following him on the bike,
The girl was following him.
and the other dude had bugged the car, right? Or was it her that bugged the
she
car?
did all the bugging. But she was following him. The other guy was with the police.
Yeah.
They were
They were
take
waiting
him down.
for him at the TV station.
Yeah, they were waiting at the TV station. They had a few people at the records place. I think Mogi was one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe Aizawa? No, he had left.
No,
He
wasn't
left.
Yeah.
Remember, because he was like, I can't do this with you
Yeah, no.
because you're the way you want to do that. He was talking to Elle. The way you want to do this just does not match up with how I think it should be done.
Yeah, it just
It
like
should
they
be
weren't
done,
agreeing.
Because, well, also, plus he had a family he had to think about, and he was
His
like,
wife
you know,
and
there's a
his
chance
kid.
that I could die, and this was after Misa.
Yeah.
So he's like, I can't do this anymore.
He leaves the
He leaves the
group
investigation
for a
group,
while.
but ends up helping later on because he sees what's going on, and he's like,
He
we
got-
got to go and help.
He goes back.
And because he gets a few officers together to block the highway
Yeah.
when he's getting chased. Because they knew it was him. They had him trapped. He ran off. He had made the deal with Rem to get the eyes around this time.
Yep.
Like the last minute, Rem brings up the eyes and he's like, "Okay, give it to me." And he gets the eyes again. Not that he was able to use it.
Nope.
Didn't use it once. I think the entire time he had it.
No.
He gets caught. I said cat. he gets stopped by Aizawa and his group of police officers blocking the highway.
Light and
Light and Elle are in a helicopter.
with
Watashi?
Watashi,
Or Watari? Give me a
the
second.
the butler
Watari.
Watari.
Yeah, Watari.
He was there. He's a savage.
Yeah, I think he might have been a military guy.
Yeah.
Because he was using a sniper rifle.
Shot because he
Shot the notebook out of his hand.
yeah because he got out and he had reached back into the car to grab the notebook, and when he went he had pulled it up, and right as he did that,
Shot in the hand.
shot it right out of his hand. But then as everyone's picking up the notebook,
They're seeing
they're
Rem.
seeing Rem and getting so freaked out. I don't blame them.
No, I don't. Well, Rem was less creepy than Ryuk.
Yeah, I don't think they would. I think they would have like all like pooped himself if they would have seen Ryu
Yeah, and they're seeing what's going on. That would be Light and Elle.
from above in the helicopter. Just all these like police officers falling on the ground, not dying, just falling like scared
Yeah, trying to shoot
Process.
at something that they can't see.
with their.
Well, that the other officers can't see. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, how'd you see this thing?
And then they go and pick it up, and then they're like, "Oh my god!" And then someone else picks it up, and then who do they send down to get the book?
The dad.
Yeah.
Light's dad went and picked it up, and he freaked out too.
Yeah.
But Elle
He-
told him, "Bring me the notebook,
Yeah.
so I can see what you guys are seeing." They bring him the notebook. He touches it. He was the only one who didn't freak out.
Yeah. He saw it, and he was just like, "Oh."
I mean, I think he was a little like, "Ooh, they are real,"
Like he
because
was.
he had a kind of an idea.
He knew, but it was just like confirmation for him. Like, all right, this is.
This is actually happening. And then Light's are like, let me get the book.
Let me see. And this is where you get full circle of why we talked about this.
And got out a few of the other characters as well.
Yep. Because as
we're still going to go back to Misa and
Yeah.
Elle, but yeah.
But as he's holding it, he's getting all of his memories back from the notebook and everything that he's done. And as he's doing this, he's holding it in his watch. He has like what, a little tray,
a little like corner or something of the
like
notebook.
a page, and he opens it and he writes the dude's name.
Higuchi. He writes his name down.
And then he ends up dying of a heart attack.
Yep.
Right there.
So now he can't talk about how he got the book.
Can't talk about
Anything.
nothing. He's just dead. And now Light has all of his memories back. And this is where I say he was like way too smart to plan for all of this to happen. To have the little paper in his watch to get the book.
He thought all of this out.
Like he knew from...
He knew they would get caught. He knew he would get his hands back on the notebook. He knew he'd get his memories back. And he knew he could get Misa her memories back as well by having her dig up the notebook that they buried.
Yep. So it just came back to full circle, and that's where it's like game time. Where you see two different types of... You see Light, and then you see Kira. Because in my eyes, they are two different...
Oh, they're definitely two
different people. You
could
tell.
see the kind of person Light would have been if he never found the book.
Because when he lost his memories, he genuinely wanted to get Kira. He despised him, didn't like what he was. He understood.
Also questioning himself.
Yeah.
Like, if it was me, would I actually do this? I kind of feel like I would.
Yeah, like he felt the doubt in his own head, but he never expected that it was him. Because even if you look at the way he's drawn and animated, you can tell in his face when he's Light and when he's Kira. Because his eyes are completely different. His face changes. Like, it's a whole different person.
Yeah. Definitely.
Dang.
So yeah, he gets his notebook back. Not his. He gets Misa's because, like I said, you can see Rem, and it's Rem's notebook. But he gets his memories back. He writes Higuchi's name on that little piece of paper he had in his watch. He has... I think before he got out of jail, he had given a code word to... There was some kind of word. He told Ryuk in order to get Misa to get her the notebook back. Right?
Yeah.
And when she got the notebook back, she got her memories back and remembered, oh, he wants me to write Elle's name in the notebook because she was the only one who saw his real name because she has the eyes. And before she gave up the book, she saw his name. So he's all, okay, well, we'll get her the notebook back. We'll have her write his name down, and it'll all be done. Elle will be out of the picture. I can rule, and...
I could become God.
Yeah, I could rule, basically.
Yep.
And everything will be the way it should. The only problem is Misa forgot his name.
Yep. You know, a lot of time had passed. I say, cut Misa some slack.
Yeah, she forgot his name, but he wasn't too upset about it. He's like, it's fine.
You just need to...
I got another way to get Elle killed. Which I also feel was kind of risky. At least for me, I saw it as risky. And I'll get into why when I'm explaining.
Okay.
Basically, he knew that Elle knew he was going to die.
Oh yeah, he had accepted it. You could tell.
He was prepared to die. Because he knew Kira was back.
The real
Kira. Not Higuchi,
these imposters.
not Misa. The real Kira was back. And Rem wasn't giving them any real information about the book.
No.
It also didn't help that Light had wrote
two
fake rules. There was two of them.
Yeah.
I remember one was if you don't write in the notebook, I think, 12 days?
Every 13 days you die.
You die. And then there was something else. I forget what it was. But it was another rule that made it seem like if you didn't keep writing names in the book, you would die.
Yeah, like if you stopped or if you did, like...
Certain things.
Like you would die, and those were the two fake rules. But then the other notebook...
Was it destroying the book? Something about destroying the book?
Yeah, like if you destroyed it, whoever destroys it would then...
Die.
Die.
Something like that, yeah. I just know there were rules that made it seem like either the person who was Kira would die, or the person who destroyed or did something to the book would die. Either way, somebody would die. So they didn't want to test it.
Yeah, they didn't want to risk it.
They didn't want to write a name in the book and be like, okay, well...
Now we wait 13 days, and that's also what helped clear Light and Misa. Because they had been in the jail for months. So and they didn't die. So they were like, oh, so it's not them, because they would have...
And it sucks for L because he considered Light a friend.
He did.
His only real friend. Which was his downfall, if you ask me. I mean, he was willing to arrest Light.
But he also gave him enough benefit of the doubt, I feel like.
To give Light the chance to kill him. He came up with the idea, Light, that he would have Rem kill L. Because he would be after Misa. They were going to use the notebook. L had pretty much decided, we're going to test the notebook. We're going to write somebody's name in here and wait the 13 days. And if neither of us dies, we know it's a fake rule.
Yep.
But that would pretty much make them go after Misa.
Yep.
She would be killed because they're not going to just leave her in jail. They're gonna kill her.
Mm-hmm. And Rem was not having that because
no. So once that was pretty much announced, Rem went and killed Watari, and then killed L, and then Rem died. Now the reason I say it was risky is because I feel like Rem should have wrote Light's name in the book, also realizing that he came up with the idea to put Misa in danger.
Yeah, she should have just taken out all of them.
Yeah.
Just been like, I'm going to eliminate all of the risk for Misa. Because then Misa would be... She'd be heartbroken, don't get me wrong, but she would have gone...
Well, we say that, but we saw what happened at the end.
I hope that she would have maybe...
Decided to move on
before she was in, too deep.
But, yeah, I kind of feel like Rem should have wrote his name in the book as well.
To be honest,
I'm surprised she didn't. Or he didn't. Whatever it is.
I thought, honestly, that Rem was going to write Light's name. I didn't think at first that she would, or he would write L's name. I was like,
I knew they would write L's because it was L's idea. And he was still going to go after Misa. But I figured he would, or she would also write Light's.
Because Light was also putting Misa in a ton of danger and, putting her in a lot of the risk.
Yeah.
But instead just decided to only take out the two. I don't know if that's because it was running out of time. Had to pick out the two that were the most, I guess, bad. Most risk towards Misa.
Yeah. But Watari?
I guess Watari was just in the way.
He was just working with L. I mean, he knew certain things, but he wasn't I don't think he was pretty much in on the entire investigation.
No, I think Watari was just in the way. Case of wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
I feel like if he maybe would have been somewhere else, maybe he wouldn't have died.
So I think what we can do right now is say that this is just a huge discussion of all the characters.
Yeah.
Because we've already gone into an hour, and we're just on Light.
Yeah, we're just going to have to just start talking about everyone. Because, I started looking, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to go back and do this for...
Another 6 characters. This is just a whole discussion of every character right now. We are not doing one by one. This is Light plus everybody else.
Yeah, because if we do that, we're going to be here forever.
This would end up being our longest review of probably 5 hours.
Yeah, because I'm looking at all the characters and
we can't go into all of them at once. So this is just a combined discussion of all of them.
That's just going to be easier. I was like, man, this is about to be hard.
Which actually works out because we've talked about a lot of the characters anyway, just talking about Light.
Yeah, because a lot of his plans and talking about him ties in with everyone. Because without everyone else...
They don't work.
It wouldn't have worked.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what this is right now. It's just a huge discussion of the characters.
It's a little bit different, but we have to adapt. There's way too many.
There's way too many.
We're taking way too long.
We're still on Light, and we're an hour in. So we got to change it up a little bit.
Sorry. But...
Okay. So...
I lost my train of thought.
Let's see. Yeah, I felt like Rem should have wrote Light's name in. I think somebody in the comments, I don't know how true it is because I didn't look it up, but somebody in the comments said that this was actually supposed to be the end of the series.
To be honest, I'm gonna say this right here because you brought it up. I feel like the series ended for me when Elle died.
Him and Light made the show.
They made the show without
One and the other. It was like yin and yang.
Yeah, you needed both of them for it to be a good battle. Because once, nothing to dislike Mello and Nier.
But they were not nearly as good.
They
as
were nowhere
Mello.
compared to them. They were not on that level. And to be honest, if they would have came after Light, right after Elle, and he was still like fresh,
they didn't.
I don't think they would have had a chance. I think he would have still been doing what he was doing. He still would have gotten away with it.
He would have got away with it, yeah.
But
the only thing I will say is that Mello was the only one to actually beat Elle or Light once when he got the notebook.
Yeah.
He was the only one to outsmart him. Because, I mean, Light's not going to expect that this guy has a rocket.
Yeah.
I mean, how'd you get a rocket?
I don't even... It was some craziness.
Yeah, he kidnapped his sister, got and told him, I want the notebook. I know you got that. He knew there was two of them.
Yep.
But he only wanted one. And came up with this huge plan to get the notebook. Meet me here. I think it was in the middle of like...
It was in the middle of the desert, and they had like an underground tunnel where he had to walk down where there was like the two glasses and a little slit where he could put
the notebook.
Slide in the notebook, but the glass was bulletproof?
Yeah, it was bulletproof.
So he could see that his sister, yes, she's alive, she's not hurt, but...
Yeah, they had the dad go.
Yeah.
And this was a good way for them to basically like exchange. Well, you give us the notebook, we'll give you your daughter back.
Yep.
Light did not expect any of what happened after they had gone down under, like to the desert.
Yeah.
He didn't expect an underground like bunker type area. He didn't expect them to be behind bulletproof glass. He didn't expect the dude to have a rocket to ship the notebook to him.
Like, it was very well thought out. Like, I was kind of impressed that it was...
So easy to get that book.
Out of all the difficulties that everyone had,
that was
he found the perfect way to do it while still keeping himself
safe,
out of danger.
At least for a little bit.
Well, temporarily.
Yeah. To get the notebook, he did a very good job of outsmarting Light.
Yeah.
And everybody.
The entire investigation group.
Nier was the only one who wasn't impressed.
Yeah.
Especially with Light, because he was calling himself Elle now.
Yep.
And he's like, okay, so this is the new Elle? What a failure.
Yeah.
But, okay, so we talked about Nier and Mello. They were chosen to potentially replace Elle if something happened to him. And seeing as how Elle died,
yep,
I would say that's something.
Yeah, that's a big something.
They were potentially going to replace him. The only issue was who.
Because there was both of them.
Mm-hmm. Nier was less emotional about everything. He was the closest to Elle as far as personality.
Yeah.
Than Mello. Mello was more. He went emotional with it.
He had a more emotional route, which kind of reminded me more of Light, because sometimes he let his emotions get to him. While Nier was a better representation of Elle because he was more calm. I don't even think I ever saw Nier like freak out.
No, he didn't really freak out at all. Even when they were storming his headquarters.
Like he stayed calm, just like I had imagined Elle would have. He was nowhere near Elle. Don't get me wrong. There was just something about him that just no one could be Elle.
No. Nier even mentions that later. We'll get into that when we get towards the end.
Yeah.
But basically at this time, I think it's 3 to 4 years, maybe 5 years after Elle has died, because Light has already graduated college and is a part of the police department now. Yeah, he's running the whole Kira investigation team, which works out for him because he gets all the information on what they're doing. He can get them off his trail. He can do whatever he wants, basically, while still killing anybody that he needs to kill.
while still having the power.
Yeah. I think at this point, Ryoka's getting a little bored.
He was getting bored, and then this is where I would say Light starts his path of a downward spiral.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I feel like the show kind of goes downhill for me, just because he really does get kind of lazy, but I don't know if that's like the right word. He just like...
He got complacent.
Yeah.
He was used to being able to just manipulate the people he was working with because they had trusted him.
Yep.
He didn't have anybody really to challenge him at all.
Yep, no one was...
There was no L anymore, and even he was saying it's kind of boring without L.
Yeah.
Because nobody is even giving me a challenge anymore.
Like he had no rush, no like fear. He basically, at this point, he had already assumed like this was it.
It was it. I'm God.
He's God. He had his Kira followers.
Like practically everybody.
Like
Except for maybe a small group, but they
what
were
was it?
like...
Even the government and the military?
Yeah.
And some of them were like...
I think they even said the U.S. was the first one to say, you know what, Kira's God now.
Yeah, like they had already accepted...
Which, by the way, thanks Japan for making us the cowards.
Right? It's like, you know what, you do you.
It's fine, though. I get it. Whatever. You're making us the first ones to give in.
It's like, okay, you're God.
But, he basically had nobody to challenge him, so he was just going by the numbers, basically.
Yep, just going with the flow.
So when these two showed up, he was like, oh, well, they're nowhere near as good as L. I'll just outsmart them like I do everything else.
He assumed that they were gonna... Like, they were, like, average Joes.
Yeah.
Just coming at him. He had no idea that these two people were L's successors.
Well, actually, I think Nier told him that he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
That he was L's successor, but to call him N.
Yep, N.
Seeing as how Kira took up L's title.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, Mello was the only one who outsmarted him. At least...
Actually, being able to take the book and, like, make him be like, oh, dang, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
He was the only one that did it. Not even Nier.
I think what made it even funnier was the fact that Nier, because Mello was the one that outsmarted him. Nier, like, kind of mocked him a little bit. Like, did you really just let him get away with a notebook?
Like, I don't think Nier had even thought that was even gonna happen.
Because he kept telling him, it's alright, I got it under control.
Yep.
Like, I can handle this.
And then boom.
It's done.
It's taken.
I mean, Nier had already known that it was Mello.
Yep.
He had figured it out almost immediately. It's Mello. What is he up to?
Like, you already know.
Basically, they couldn't come to an agreement on who should take over when they were being told that L died. I think Nier said that, why don't we both just do it?
Yeah.
And Mello was like, I can't work with you. So you just make him the new L.
And then he left.
I'll just leave. And he left.
He left, and then he was off the grid.
For a while.
For a while. Like, there was no pictures, no nothing. The only picture they had was him up from, what was it, the orphanage?
Yeah, the orphanage. Which wasn't really much of a difference. The only thing was he was dressing more goth-like.
Yeah, he was just older. Like, he looked exactly the same.
Had a thing for chocolate.
Yeah.
These guys, all these really smart people, except for maybe
they had
Light,
things for sweets. Like, Elle loved
cake and ice cream and tea with like 10 spoonfuls of sugar. Except for Nier.
Yeah.
Nier liked toys.
Yeah, like building, like, yeah.
He had toys.
Like Legos.
Dominoes, Legos, action figures. He just played with toys.
All the time. Like puzzles, like... That was his thing.
Mello was chocolate.
Chocolate and...
L was cakes and ice
cream.
Sweets,
like anything he could get, that's what he would have.
But yeah, they all had something like that. Except for Light. Light didn't really have anything.
No, he was just cocky.
Yeah, he was just cocky. But yeah, they decided we're not going to work together because Mello wasn't going to work with Nier.
Yeah.
Went off on his own, joined some gang, like would they be a Yakuza gang? Kinda? Or just some random...
Kind of just like a random gang. Because they didn't remind me of, like...
Well, they didn't dress like thugs or nothing. They
No.
did dress kind of nice, a little bit,
Like, they were, like,
if I'm remembering correctly. I can't
they
remember
weren't super
exactly.
bad. Like, they weren't crazy.
No. But he joined up with them, I guess, for the money. Because
Yeah.
he would need a lot of money in order to get what he needed. And then after that whole thing, they ended up finding him maybe 3 episodes later.
Yeah. It took them a lot longer.
But they found him. They got the notebook back. He blew up the building, though, that he was
Yep.
in. Got, like, half his face burned. Killed his dad, didn't he?
Yeah, this is where his dad dies. And
Light's
then this,
dad, by the way.
Yep. This is where Light's dad dies because right before they go storm in to where Mello is, where I'm just going to say when they showed up here, I didn't think he was going to be there.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be there.
I didn't think he was going to be there, and then when he was actually there, I was like, oh dang!
He's
really there!
He's not as smart as I thought.
Because right before Light's dad goes into the building, he decides to make the deal with the Shinigami to get the eyes. So that way he could see...
No, he doesn't. He doesn't make any deal.
No?
No, he doesn't make a deal.
I'm pretty sure he makes the deal for the eyes because then when he's dying in the bed, he looks at Light, doesn't he?
Oh, you're talking about the dad.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about...
Oh, no. The dad.
Yeah, the dad made the deal for the eyes.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, did I
No, I thought...
Did I imagine all of this?
No, I thought you were talking about Mello.
Oh, no, not Mello. Mello. My
That's
bad.
why I was like, wait, no, he didn't make the deal.
No, my
But
bad.
yeah, the dad. The dad made the deal.
I was like, oh my god. I imagined all of this stuff. No, the dad. Sorry if I was a little bit confusing.
She might have only been confusing to me. That happens.
Yeah. Then the dad makes the deal with Rem, I'm pretty sure, right?
No, I think it was Ryuk.
Was it Ryuk?
Yeah, because Rem's dead.
Oh yeah, Rem had died, so it was, yeah. It was Ryuk. And then he goes inside to go get the book with other parts of it, like other groups of his team. I forget who was all there. I know,
I think pretty much all of them were there.
Like...
Mogi, Matsuda, Igami. I think they were all there.
Yeah. They all rush in. They're taking out the people. But right when the dad walks in to where Mello is.
He's telling him, just give up. I'll write your name in the book because I know your name.
And he hesitates to shoot him. He's like, just put the book down. You're under arrest. Blah, blah, blah. And then...
He gets shot in the back.
He gets shot in the back because one of the guys that's in the room, one of Mello's men,
rolls
over and shoots him. And then at this point, he blows...
Yeah, he blows up the place because the other guys run in.
Yep. They're all rushing in to come after, to see what happened, to take out Mello, get the book back, and then boom! Explosion.
Yep. I mean, they get out of there okay.
Yeah.
Except for the dad, obviously.
The dad didn't get out there okay.
He got shot and died at the hospital. Light kept telling him, give me the name. I'll write the name in the book.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't do it.
Nope.
Which I understand. His dad was not the kind of person who would use the book.
No, he didn't believe in that. He was more of like an old-fashioned
police
type
officer.
Of
We got to take him in. We got to give him his fair trial.
Even when he's there, and he's looking at Mello
with the book,
he
has the book in his hand.
He's like, just put it down. You're under arrest. Like, he doesn't want to shoot him. He doesn't want to have to resort to killing him.
Well, he's got the book.
Yeah.
The dad has his book in his hand.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I'm gonna do it.
Name. I could write your name in here faster than you could shoot me.
And it's just like, that one guy had to be alive. Just had to roll over.
Yeah.
But the only good thing I will say is, at least he died not knowing that Light was Kira. I think that would have just destroyed him.
I was going to say kill him. I would have killed him.
I wanted to say that. I was like, no, I'm going to just pick a different word. But then you said it for me, so it's okay.
Yeah, I didn't think about that one.
Yeah, it would have literally destroyed him in his final moments. He got the most relief because then in that moment he was like, because the only thing about the eyes is you can't see someone who else, another person that has like the note, right? The death note.
You cannot think their lifespan.
Yeah, their lifespan.
You can see their name, but not their lifespan.
So when he looked at Light as he's dying, he could see his lifespan. So he died in peace, like, you're not Kira. All
Thank
right.
God. And then died.
And then died. And he didn't even really show, like...
I think
ton of
Light
emotion.
cried a little while everybody was there.
But that
But
was
then
about it when everyone left.
I think to just put up appearances.
It was kind of like for show. It didn't feel genuine.
No, I don't think he really cared. I think he was more upset that his dad didn't write his name in the book.
And I think he was more upset, that he didn't give him the name. Because that would have placed him ahead.
Yeah. Let's see.
At this point, it's now...
I think at this point he gives... Is this when he gives the book to that other guy?
Yeah, this is where...
Tommy?
He hands it to that other guy, and he has the news reporter, because he's being represented on TV as, like, what was that one dude, like the bigger dude on TV that's saying that he was like
The guy that
Was-
was running the Kira, like, basically like the church.
yeah,
of Kira
where
or
he was
whatever.
saying he was getting the word of Kira and that he was
Which-
his special like messenger, like things like that.
Which he was. But he was doing things Kira didn't want him to do.
Yeah, like
he
things
was
that-
getting money in order to build himself a huge house and getting all kinds of people together to be like a committee and all this stuff. And he's like, I didn't ask you to do this.
Yeah, he started doing things on his own, which angered Light.
And
So-
so he had him killed.
That's when they bring in
Mikami,
him.
who is Kira's replacement for right now.
Wow.
He can't really be killing anybody. They're looking for him.
Yeah.
Nier's looking for him and his group. They don't know if Mello is dead because they didn't find his body.
Didn't find his body, didn't find nothing, so he's just gone. He's a possibility.
So he had to pass. Oh, plus I think a few of his people are suspecting him at this point.
Yeah, they're starting to have doubt. They're starting to doubt Misa now. Like, everything is starting to crumble, I would say. Like, this is where all the doubt starts to reform. This is where everyone's like, well, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, should probably bring up Misa because she is living with Light right now.
Yep, so right now, they're together. They're in... I'm not going to say they're in love, because
They're not in love.
She's
She is
in
still
love.
in love with him,
She is deeply in love.
but he is basically using her.
Yeah.
That's basically all.
She was...
I don't even know if he's doing stuff with her.
Honestly,
If
I
you know
don't
what I
think...
mean.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I felt like he kept Misa around for appearances.
Yeah.
At
which
that
is-
point.
She
Which-
didn't deserve that.
She didn't deserve that at all. She was very kind, and she
She was funny.
was funny.
I
But
really liked Misa. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't like her.
I didn't see anything wrong with her. I actually liked her better than some of the other
Other characters.
characters.
She was a highlight.
She was one of the perks of the
But
show.
yeah,
for
she
me.
was living with Light now. Basically, they had their own place.
Yeah, they were both living together. She was cooking for them. They were basically together, but not together.
I know at one point he made her give up her notebook.
Yeah,
When he gave Mikami his, he took her notebook
yeah. Like, I need this.
so that he can still know what was going on. He didn't forget everything like
Yeah.
he did before. And can still tell Mikami what to do
Yeah,
because he would need his memories in order to be like.
this is what you gotta do. This is everything.
Otherwise, it'd be like, why are you calling me?
Yeah, then that's when you get really in trouble. You're like, this guy is saying some weird stuff. We need to look into him.
Yeah.
But-
But yeah, Misa is still doing her normal stuff. Her
Acting, she's
acting, modeling, commercials, all that.
she's pretty famous.
What do you call them? Idol? 'Cause
Yeah.
They're called idols. All that idol type stuff. Light ends up seeing who replaces the news people.
Yep.
A Kiyomi Takada,
Yep.
who he knew from college.
Yep. They went to school together.
Went out, I think, once or twice.
Couple dates.
She was a big Kira supporter. She agreed with what he was doing, but didn't know that it was Light.
No.
Once she saw that she had pretty much taken over as the voice of Kira, I forget how. I think they did a vote.
Yeah, kind of like a vote, and she won, so she became the voice, and he was watching, and he was like, all right.
Let's have a meeting with her.
Yep, let's...
We can use her to get to Kira, which was basically his way of saying, I need to talk to her so I can give her information.
Yeah, I need to figure out how we're gonna how I'm gonna do this so I can move forward.
So he meets up with her, tells her after she gets a call from Mikami, I think.
Yeah.
She gets a call from Mikami, and she tells him something.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what happened in this section really,
Like-
but I know she tells Mikami something, and he says, "Is God there?"
Yeah.
And he talks to Light, who tells him,
Yeah.
just keep doing what you're doing. I'll contact you and give you more information on what I need you to do. And then he gives her back the phone, and that's when he tells her, "Look, I'm Kira, and I want you to rule this
My
world
queen.
with me."
Yeah.
Misa's just nothing, basically.
This is where I got mad because I liked. This was my love for Misa. This is where I was mad. I didn't ship them, but I didn't ship him with her with Light anyway because
No.
he was mean. But it hurt her.
If I was going to ship her with anybody, it'd be Mugi.
I would. They would be so cute.
But I think he was married.
I know.
But
They
yeah,
were better.
They were much better. And he tells her, "We're going to pretend that I am working for the police to capture Kira, and you are going to be an informant for us." She goes with it because she believes that he's Kira
And now she's infatuated with.
him. It's like, what's up with you, Light?
It's bad that we both just sighed.
She just goes along with everything, but
A little
a
bit.
little smarter about it.
Yeah.
Sort of. There were some things where it's like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Like when she kept messing with Misa.
When she invited
Misa
to dinner and then was basically saying that she was nothing, that how is your relationship with Light,
and
like,
blah, 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 and
talking about a bunch of like mess, and then Misa got all drunk.
yeah, she had like 3 glasses of wine, like in a minute.
Yep, and then she was drinking out of the bottle. That's where you know it's bad.
And she said she won. I won!
Yeah, I won!
And she's on the ground.
Like, Mogi's like, oh my god! She's all on the ground like, I won! With the bottle.
I think they really toned down her intelligence in the second half.
I feel like she was so, like, she wasn't super smart, but she was way smarter.
Than what they portrayed in the second half
I
of the
didn't-
series.
I don't like what they did to some of the characters in the second half.
Yeah.
I feel like they dumbed down.
They dumbed down Light.
They dumbed down Light, they dumbed down Misa. Like,
I don't know, what's his name? Matsuda was especially annoying.
yeah. It was just, I felt like the second half was definitely lacking.
It was. It was not nearly as good without L.
Wasn't as good, and I didn't like how dumb they made the other characters. I felt like they dumbed down everyone else because they didn't have strong enough, like, characters to back up, like, with them at normal.
Yeah. There was no way they were going to catch Light if they didn't dumb him down.
Yeah.
At least the way I saw it. Or we saw it, I should
Yeah.
say, because Belle agrees. Anyway, she's going about her normal day. Takata. Going on the news.
Yep.
Giving out the word of Kira. 'Cause
Yep.
That's basically what it was.
Yep.
This is what Kira says is going down today. If you are doing this, you're on the list of being killed now.
If you do this,
You're going to be killed.
this is what you could do to be in the...
In the good side of things. Don't be a jerk.
Yep.
Um,
Ran with fear. Definitely did.
yeah. I forget. I think it was after he lost the notebook. That's when Aizawa started to suspect him.
Yeah.
He had, ever since Nier put it in their mind that Light was Kira.
Because he had already... Before Light's dad had died, he had already had in his mind that
Light
might be Kira. And now that someone new had come in and was
And
like...
was
had the
giving
same...
out examples that made sense.
Yeah. And that's where he really started to test. And this is where you could tell that Light was a little bit...
He was getting pushed into a corner.
Yep.
And it wasn't one that he was getting out of anytime soon.
No, he was downward spiral.
Yeah.
Just,
It just
all bad.
kept going worse.
Small things kept getting him put more like, yeah, this is it. Like with the notebooks, when they had suspect suspected that Light and Takada may be plotting. Because he had requested, no audio?
No audio, no video.
Yeah.
No, only audio.
Only
no
audio.
Video.
No video, because they were writing in the notepads and having conversations. And he had suspected that maybe something was up. So in 2 out of the 4 notepads in the room, he put randomly, on the back? Or somewhere
yeah, he wrote
in there.
Something down there.
Or did a dot. Something that only he would know would be there. In 2 of them. And then when he went back after he left to check it, they were gone.
Yeah.
They were brand new notebooks. So then that confirmed
They were used.
They're communicating this way. That's why they're saying one thing and they're requesting no video, because then it will show them writing.
Yeah, and it would give them away.
Yep.
There were just certain things that Light would do that would, other than Matsuda,
Yep.
would throw red flags to everybody.
Yep.
Matsuda was a big Light supporter. It can't be Light. He's already been cleared. You got to stop thinking it's him.
I think he just didn't want to accept, with everything that had happened and everything. He just was it can't be you.
I want to believe that you're.
I think it was
who I think you are.
I think it was just for him, especially after. I hate going back to this. Once his dad died, because they had all cared about
the dad.
The dad.
That was their
role model.
Yeah, they looked up to him.
So the fact that Kira, they were going after Kira, and it ended up causing his dad to die, who they all looked up to as well. He's it can't be him. He didn't want to accept it. Even before that, he just, I think it was more or less for himself. But he was nah, can't. He was a little ray of, sunshine. Please no.
Everybody else was pretty much starting to suspect that Light was him.
They're all starting to turn.
Some of them slower than others. Aizawa was the first.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He was definitely it makes a lot of sense that Light would be Kira.
As soon as Nier asked the team if anyone thought that there was any possibility that Light could be Kira, to get a hold of him,
Aizawa was the first to contact him.
He was the first to contact him. And I forget who the next guy was. The balder looking dude. With the scary looking face. I don't remember his name.
Was that Ide?
I think so.
Might have been Ide.
I don't have my glasses.
I can't remember if that was the one that died in front of the TV station or if it was Yukita.
I don't know. But then he convinced the other one to also go and say, yeah, I think it might be him as well. And then everyone started to kind of get the same feeling, except for
Matsuda.
He held on until the very end. He was his supporter, and I think that I'll talk about when we get closer to the end.
Yeah, which we're getting close to.
Yeah.
Finally. Which, this is more of a story character thing we're doing.
Because I think that's the only way we could fully
discuss it.
Because you can't really talk about the characters without talking about everything, all the other ones. Or the context to it.
Yeah. Well, we probably could, but it'd be a little more difficult, I think, for us.
It'd be harder for us, and it'd probably take twice as long.
Yeah. But, yeah, Matsuda was the first to suspect him, and actually had some kind of evidence. I mean, it wasn't, concrete evidence, but it was evidence that something was going on.
Yeah, something was wrong.
Kept contacting Nier to give him more information.
Yep.
I did this.
And this happened.
And the Light's been acting kind of weird in these situations. And he gave him information about the notebooks.
Yep.
I know that the notebook is doing this, and it can do this, and this is what it can't do.
Trying to help Nier in all the ways possible to be I truly think it's Light, so this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And then he started to actually test Light, one of the examples was the notebook thing.
Yeah.
And then he started bugging other things to see if he would get caught, but
yeah, didn't quite
pan out.
Yeah, especially when Nier told him, "Look, stop.
Yeah,
just don't bother getting into the investigation.
Yeah, just let it.
Just leave that to me.
Yeah, just let it. Make him feel that he is starting to be off the radar again. Let him be comfortable.
Yeah.
And then he did, because he thought, honestly, that
He had fooled everybody.
He thought that he'd fooled everyone, that Nier would not piece it together, that he had placed enough, enough trust into the rest of the team that he felt he was secure. So when they did start to tone it back down, he did get comfortable.
It wasn't until Mello came back that things got a little more interesting. He had contacted Nier. They had talked... Oh, he wanted that photo of himself that they took from the orphanage. Which he got back.
Yep.
And then told... I think they gave him some information, but not a whole lot. But he knew pretty much what he needed to do.
He told him that the rules weren't true, wasn't it?
No. I'm talking Nier. Like, one of his people.
Oh.
The girl gave him some kind of information
The blonde?
about what was going on. And because she was working with Takata. Remember, she was one of her bodyguards.
Oh, one of the, yeah.
And so she was giving him some information about what was going on.
Yep.
And he's like, okay, well, I know what I have to do. And I'm the only one who can do it. So basically, he kidnaps Takata.
Yep. Swoops her up.
At this point, she has the pages to the notebook. Light told Mikami to give her pages to the notebook. And then he would still write names, but they would be on fake pages.
Yep. So she could write down the real names and take pictures of the faces so she could know
who it was, because she had the eyes.
Yep.
She had made the deal, so she had the eyes. The first time we saw that was when they were on that train.
Yeah, when he was on the train and he had taken a picture of that one, the dude that was messing with the girl that had the skirt that was he said was too short. He was like kind of harassing her.
He was definitely harassing her.
He was harassing her.
He took his picture, texted it to Takata, and then wrote his name down on his papers, thinking, in his fake notebook. Got off the train. The guy that works for Nier was going to follow him, and then the dude died.
And then he was like, whoa. More.
And I think you didn't even notice the picture being taken.
Not at first.
And then I was like, wait, he did take his photo.
Yeah, not at first. I didn't piece it together at first, but then once you brought it up, I was like, that is...
Because I forgot completely about the photo.
Oh, you did?
For a little bit. Because I remember when we watched it, we were talking about how did she get... How would she have gotten the name? He would have still had to have had the notebook. Yeah. And then I remember... Oh, wait. He took a photo.
Yeah. You brought it up, and then I was like, that's right. That is right. Because we were really... we were really confused at first.
Yeah, we were.
We were like, I don't understand. This does not make any sense.
Yeah,
he did it kind of sly. He was like... with like a flip phone.
Yeah, well, flip phones are still big in Japan. I mean, I know that some of them have smartphones, but they're still pretty big. Because I know a lot of them like to put those like phone type things on there, which I actually wish they would let me put on this phone. I would do it. But yeah, that was basically what was going on, and this girl pretty much knew it. The one that works for Nier, I think, what was going on, and Mello said, I know what I got to do. So he kidnaps her, puts her onto a big truck. In the back of the truck, he's like, you know what? Take off your clothes. Here's a blanket.
Yeah, being respectful.
But take off your clothes, so I know you don't have anything.
Yep.
Like weapons or even pages to the notebook or whatever.
And then she asked him to turn around because she wanted to take off with like a bra on her undies. Which this is where he messed up, because this is when she takes out the pages from her bra and just...
Well, I think he knew that he was going to die.
Yeah.
He didn't mess up. He knew what was going to happen.
He accepted it. He felt bad that his other friend got killed.
Which friend?
The one that he had helped get her. Because remember...
Oh, yeah.
He said that, I'm sorry, it wasn't supposed to go
like
this far, or like, it wasn't supposed to go like this, and he ended up dying. You're right. He expected himself to die, but he felt bad that his friend died.
So he turns around, she writes his name on the paper, he's writing, driving down to I forget where they go. He has him drive them to a barn.
Like almost like a church type thing.
location. It was like a barn almost, because they drove inside of it.
Yeah.
But she was locked inside. There was no way she was getting out.
No.
She calls Light, says, look, I did what you told me to do in these situations. He's dead.
Yep.
With that piece of paper, that small one I had in my bra, I took out and I wrote his name down. And he's like, okay, where are you? And she tells him, I don't know, but there's like this kind of...
This is what's around. This is what I can hear, or like this is
Yeah.
what's going on.
What you didn't expect was for Light to write her name in his notebook.
Yeah, he said first, burn, like...
She burn all the evidence.
Yeah.
But she would die at the same time. And she did. She was burned to death. Which, horrible way to die.
It really is. Like, that and drowning is just like...
The worst.
No.
Burning, because, you're feeling everything.
Yep. Drowning, because you're just gasping.
And you're breathing in all the water. Which, I'm assuming hurts a lot.
Yeah. No.
She dies. And then this is, like, basically towards the end.
Yeah.
We're getting toward the end. Nier really hadn't done much up until this point.
He was just kind of there. We'd see him. He would make some small moves, but nothing really major.
Yeah.
Up to this point had happened.
It wasn't until after she died he decided, okay, we're going to get him now.
Yeah, like this is it.
They had followed Mikami for a while. The guy
has a very set schedule.
Yeah.
Like it is down to like the minute.
Maybe even the second.
Yeah, like he would go and work out?
He'd go work out on these days. He would go to the bank on this day. He would go here on this day.
And where he messed up was he went to the bank on a different day, right?
When she was captured, he went to the bank to go get the book so he can write her name down because he figured that is what Light would want him to do.
Yep.
What he didn't know was that this guy was still following him, which you'd think he would be
would have
suspicious
suspected.
about. Yeah,
Like
there's
maybe...
got to be somebody following me by now.
And the fact that his schedule is so set, it definitely set off like a little bit of a red flag. Like this guy went to the bank on a different day. He doesn't go to the bank
on this day.
On this day.
So once he was done, the guy went in there. I guess got
permission
access to get into his box because he had a safe deposit box.
Yeah.
Saw the notebook, grabbed the notebook, and put a fake one in there.
Which I will say, props to, I forget who copied down. One of Nier's people copied it down. I think it was like the blonde dude that worked with him. I don't remember his name, but he sat there, and how long did he say it took him? No, he didn't have blonde hair. Probably black hair. I forget what his name was, but he sat
Giovanni.
there. What was it?
Giovanni.
Yep, it was him. He copied it down to the T.
He copied that dude's handwriting.
Like
he forged it perfectly.
It was like almost like they printed it. It looked that good. Like there was no way he could tell.
I think he spent all night doing it.
Yeah, he said what? He spent like
maybe 24 hours.
24 hours, the full day writing all of it, like front, back, tiny, like filled from page to page to page.
Doing it, and he got it done in time for the plan.
Yep. Switched them.
Took the real notebook, switched it with the fake notebook. That's when Nier said, okay, L, or Light now, we're going to meet. And this is where we're going to catch Kira. So you're going to meet me at this place.
At this
time. Bring everybody. Just bring everybody. I'll have my guys with me.
We gotta get this done now.
And we're going to catch Kira. Which I'm pretty sure is you.
Yep.
He kept telling him that too. I know it's you. I know it's you. Don't try to fool me.
And this is where he fails.
This goes back to what we said earlier about him being cocky and like when he knows he's got somebody beat, he shows himself.
This is where he had a chance. He could have played it off. He definitely could have. At this point.
The whole plan for Nier was they got into this very small room. Like it was not very small, but it was
like a warehouse.
Small warehouse. Kind of small.
Yeah, it was
where there
average.
was only one entrance in.
Yep.
And that was some door over to the side.
Very loud door.
Yeah. Even if the guy does not come in, we could see the doors open and that he is looking inside. That is how we know that he is here. So we are going to
wait.
I think the first thing was Matsuda didn't trust him.
Nope.
So he said, because he had a mask on, a L mask.
Yeah.
And he's also, you're the only one here that's going to wear a mask to ensure that you don't die? That doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, it's like all of us don't have masks. He can see.
He's like, this is
Our
only
faces.
a precaution for a little bit. I'll take the mask off eventually. Which he does.
Yeah,
He takes it
does.
off. And then he goes, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to wait an hour. I forget why. I think to clear suspicion
Yeah.
of something. But yeah, they were going to wait an hour, which they did. It was, I think they even did like a whole minute thing of them just going
Yep.
around looking at everybody. And it was...
It was very intense.
Yeah. Once that was over, he explains. There's only one way into this place. We're going to know when the guy gets here, because the door is going to have to open. Even if it only opens a little bit,
The light will shine through, and it'll be loud.
Mhm.
We'll know.
we're not going to try to stop him. We're not even going to acknowledge, really, that he's here. We're going to let him write our names down, and then we're going to know for sure.
If this is real. If this
Yeah.
is him.
Because whoever... he does believe it's Light. He's all... I know that Kira is in this room. And the only one he is not going to write into the notebook is going to be Kira. So once he's done, we're going to get the notebook and we're going to see who was left out of the group.
Yep, whose name didn't get written down.
And we will know for sure that you are Kira. There's just more waiting going on.
They wait for a bit. It was definitely a long period of time, and then
And that's when Nier says he's here.
he's here,
And
and
they
then
look over and they do some really over-dramatic
Like-
writing.
you see his eye, and he's just like writing the most intense way I've ever seen.
What
Like-
would he say when he'd write? Delete?
Delete, 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 delete,
Yeah,
delete.
every time he would write somebody's name in, he'd say delete. Delete.
Like,
delete.
delete.
Or deleted. Deleted. Or something. But wrote all the names down, and Nier calls to him, or actually Light calls to him, you out there, come on in. We know you're here. He walks in, all smiles.
Yep. And then he's like, this is where Light fails.
This is where Light fails.
And he says, I won.
He-
Right?
Well, they wait a little bit because it's supposed to be 30 seconds.
Yeah. They wait for the time, and
They
then
wait
once,
for the time, and once the time comes up, that's when Light says, Nier, I've won.
where this is where he failed. He should have just shut his mouth.
Yeah. Because he kept telling him, look, I've
I'm
got
not-
the real notebook.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's not writing in the real
I'm
notebook.
not worried. Like, he was not worried at all.
And then, Light's all like, this is exactly how I expected
Yeah,
it
this
to
is
happen.
how I planned it. Blah,
They're
blah,
just
blah.
falling directly into my trap, and all this, and they're so stupid,
Yep,
and
and
Light
then-
or Elle would have never done this.
And then the time ticks down, and then because he's counting it in his head. And then once it hits the 30 seconds, he's like, I won. And then nothing happens. And then he just looks like he just loses it.
He lost it. He just...
Snapped. He could
And is
not
just trying to
fathom.
come up with, really bad excuses as to why he would say that.
Yeah.
And why he's not Kira, and how he got tricked, and it's a trap, and it's
Yeah.
like, we knew it was a trap from the beginning. As soon as we got here, we knew it was a trap.
Yeah. Like,
It's like, and it doesn't help the fact that you said, I won.
that's what they kept going back to, is you said, I won. Why would you say I won if you're not
Kira.
Kira? And then they go and they get the notebook from the guy, and Light's name is the only one
That is not
that's
written
not
down.
there, which sealed his fate. That,
He was Kira.
and this is where
He just...
loses it.
He started going on about how him and Nier are the same, and blah, 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 and Nier's like, I'm not like you. You're just
Yeah.
a murderer.
Yeah.
That's all you are. And Light tried to do his little trick of, I'm going to pull out this little piece of paper from my
Yeah, he
watch.
tried from a distance, like, he ran to, like, far corner, and then tried bringing out, and I forget who shoots his hand.
Matsuda.
Yeah.
Matsuda snapped.
He snapped because he could not believe that all this time, it was him.
Yeah.
This is where I go to where I said earlier.
He trusted him so much that
He-
it was not... He believed that
Even
it was
when-
not him so much that once it happened, he just
He couldn't
couldn't
believe it.
it.
Like, when everyone doubted him, he was the only one that stayed by his side. Like, I believe
not
it's not you. Like, it's okay. Like, we'll
Get
to
by,
give
we'll
him
get past
time.
this. Don't worry about it.
Like, they'll all
They'll
come on
see.
board.
They'll see.
And when it wasn't, he shot him.
Shot him in the hand.
he was going to
kill him.
He was going to kill him right then and there. He wanted to kill him.
He shot him a few times, actually.
Like, boom, 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 boom. Because where did he try to reach for, like, what was it, glass? Like, something was on the ground.
He tried to reach for something.
I don't know if it was glass or something, but I know he tried to reach for something to go and, like, try to...
He tried to do something.
But...
He got shot multiple times.
Yeah, he just shot him, and then it took, like, 3 of them to get Matsuda...
Away from
him, because he was just, like... He lost it. He could not believe it.
Also, Mikami killed himself.
Yeah.
Couldn't take it. He had pretty much looked up to Kira. That was his... He called him God.
Yep.
He didn't call him Kira. It was like God.
Yeah. He never referred to him as...
as Kira.
It was always God. And the fact that he turned on him...
So quickly.
So fast. Instantly. I don't know him. Like, I don't know what... He just, like... His excuses were so bad. And he turned on him. And he just... Him killing himself gave Light the opportunity to run.
Not that it mattered.
He was bleeding out. And that's why they didn't even... go after him.
Like, with those wounds, there's... I mean, what he told them, Nier, don't even go after him. By the time, he's not going to get that far with those wounds. He's just going to bleed out and die.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, I'm sorry, but we don't have to listen to you. We're not your people. And then, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if you want to go for it. But yeah, he ends up running off trying to get away, and he ends up dying, like, in this small, like, little stairway?
Yeah.
Type thing?
He dies. However, it's Ryuk who writes his name down.
Yep.
He told him in the very beginning that I will be the one to write your name in the Death Note. And he was.
Yep.
Which is, comes full circle.
It does. It really did. It came full circle. And then he's now dead, which means it comes to Misa.
Which, it's implied that she killed herself jumping off of a building. I am hoping that is not the case, but chances are that
it was heavily implied. She was wearing, like, all black, like an all black dress with a little bit of white with her cross. Goes up to
a roof,
and then
that they cut away.
They
don't show her getting ready to jump or nothing, but they show her at the edge.
They show her at the edge. Like, you could tell she's accepted that this is it.
Yeah.
It's over. I'm about to get caught. I'm gonna go to jail. Like, she can't live without Light.
No.
So it's heavily implied that she does
kill herself. And everything just kind of goes back to normal.
Yeah.
I think. They don't really show much, but he dies and then the credits roll and I don't even think they show them find him.
No. He just dies in the stairway and you see Ryuk perched up on that, like, a tall type spear, like, circular thing, sitting there with the sun
going down.
Yeah, and that's pretty much
talking about how, I had a lot of fun. It was interesting watching you do this.
And, like, gave his little speech about Light.
Yep.
And, like, how he enjoyed it.
But then was like, but, it's over now, and I did say I would be the one to write your name in the book.
And that's when
he wrote it down, and he died. Kind of peacefully, actually. He didn't die like anybody else who had the heart attack.
No, everyone else died.
He just kind of closed his eyes, and then he died.
Yeah, he died pretty peacefully. Everyone else died very violently.
Yeah.
Like, their heart attacks were very violent. Like, people going through glass. Like,
very over-dramatized, I would say.
But I think
I could say that about this whole show. It was very over-dramatized. I do remember somebody in the comments saying, because I don't actually remember too much of it, because I read it a long time ago, that in the manga, Ryuk is actually face-to-face with Light when he kills him.
Oh, okay.
He's not, like, off somewhere inner monologuing about Light, and then...
Oh, he just looks at him in the face and says it?
Well, they're talking. I think Light is telling him to kill them. And he's like, no, it's over. We've had our run. I've had my fun.
This is it.
You're done, so I'm just going to write your name in the book.
And that will be the end. Wow.
So... I'm
going to have to go look at that when I go home.
Yeah, you still haven't finished it. How far did you get?
I don't even remember.
You're going to have to start over.
Yeah. That's how you know it's bad when you're like, I don't even know where I left off.
See, I bought Belle the manga, the complete set, for Christmas. So that after we were done, she could read it. The only issue is that I bought this complete set of Claymore, and I gave her my 7 volumes, and she just started reading that instead.
Yeah, I got distracted. that, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna read it," and I was reading it, and then I got 7 of those, and then I like manga hopped.
To Claymore. It happened. I do that sometimes. Where I'm reading something, I'm like, oh, this is good. And then I start reading something else, I'm like, this is better.
And
Yeah.
that's where that's where it ends.
Yeah, and it just ends right there. They don't even go into like what happened afterwards. I'm
No.
pretty sure there's something that might do that. But in the series, no.
No.
They didn't go into what happened afterwards.
They just end it with him dying, with Misa implying Misa jumps off, and then Ryuk's inner monologue. Like, that's how the show ends. Now, I don't even know.
So I think we did a semi-good job of mixing in story with characters.
Yeah, I think this was a better way, like a good way to mix it up.
At least for this one.
The specific
I'm not
one.
saying it's going to happen all the time.
No.
I just seemed to
It
make
made
more
more
sense
sense
to
because
do the two.
There's just so many people here.
And you could talk about how everybody is during.
Yeah.
They get an idea. Hopefully it came off like that. Because if not,
We are sorry.
that's all you're getting right now.
Yeah.
Because it's already going into 2 hours. It would have been a 2-hour discussion of just the story if that's how they took it.
Yep. Well, take it as you guys like, but we also mixed in characters.
Just kind of had to talk about all the characters at the same time while doing it.
Yeah, it was like the only one.
I think we talked about whether we liked them or not.
Yeah, throughout.
Yeah, and if they made any good impressions or anything, and talked about like their
roles, and I think this was pretty thorough.
Yeah, I think so. But we won't know unless people give us comments.
Yeah, so just
generally we don't get comments.
No, we rarely ever get any feedback
on these, which would be nice. Leave feedback. Let us know if we did a good job or not.
If you like this or if you don't, if it's not, why? If you did, what about did you like? But as far as all of that, I don't know who my favorite would be.
I'm going with Misa. Misa was my favorite.
It's between Misa and Ryuk. Because I loved his withdrawals. And I liked him really as a character. So, I'm going to give it to... Yeah, I'll give it to Misa.
Give it to Misa.
But with a close second, Ryuk.
Followed up very closely by Ryuk. Yeah, mine is just Misa. I like Ryuk too, but I like Misa more. Least favorite... I'm not going to include the Yotsuba group or anything like that. I'm going to have to go with Nier.
You read my mind.
Nier was my least favorite. Mello was more of a...
He did a better job.
He was a more interesting character than Nier. I feel like they just put Nier in there to kind of replace L. Like, we need somebody who's similar to him that will get people to want to come back.
It's like there needs to be someone that's just like him or has the same feel as him. But, like I said, no one can do L like L.
No.
Like, it just kind of felt kind of like a pull.
Yeah.
Like a grab pull. Like, oh, like reaching. Like, I felt like
they were reaching.
They were reaching for that one, and I didn't care for him. I like what they did better with Mello. It's like...
As little as we saw Mello, I thought he was a better character.
I thought he was a better character. I thought that he was his own person. And I like that better than them trying to make Nier...
Almost like a clone.
Yeah, like a clone. Like, they did it almost like to the T, but it just, you can't... No one could be him.
The only difference I would say between him and L was that L had more of a personality.
He did.
And more,
he had more of a spark.
Yeah. Nier was just kind
bland.
Yeah, that's the word.
He was just bland. He brought, like, no feeling to the show. Like, he didn't bring any emotions, no, like, wow, I'm gonna remember you. Because he was boring. I have more memories of Mello than I do...
Of
Nier, because he did. He had, even as small chocolate things, like...
Yeah,
he just brought more to the table as a character.
Than Nier did.
Like, he just needed to be his own person. Like, make him his own. Like, he didn't have to be, like, what they made him.
Yeah. One thing I'm forgetting is that Nier did mention that Mello figured out that they needed both of them in order to catch him.
Yeah.
It was the combined intelligence of the two of them
that took down
Kira.
Well, yeah, because they both had, like, pieces of L. Like, things that made him that. But apart, they both failed.
Yeah, they
He
couldn't
was
do
too
it.
emotional, while the other one just...
Wasn't really doing much.
Yeah,
at
he was
all.
just... I didn't want to call him bland again, but...
I mean,
He was just kind of there. Like,
he did some smart things, but that didn't make up for his lack of character.
yeah. But when they were together, that's when they were actually, like, a good pair.
Which, if
Like,
they,
a good successor. Like, they would have been better off together.
if Mello wouldn't have been so, what's the word, prideful, I guess,
Yeah.
and worked with him, they probably would have caught him a lot sooner.
It wouldn't have taken years.
No. But no, he couldn't work with him. But I can kind of see why, though. He's a little irritating.
He's demanding, controlling, but yet bland.
Yeah.
Just sitting there all the time with your toys.
Yeah. Just go play with those somewhere else. But,
He
Nier is definitely my least favorite out of the group.
he needed more work. As much as, like, Matsuda.
Matsuda kind of annoyed me with his constant cheerfulness.
Yeah, but even with him, he brought stuff to the table.
Yeah, he
Nier,
did some things that actually helped out.
Yeah, while Nier was just there.
Bland. I'm going to say it this time, bland.
He was just there. Yeah.
He was just kind of there.
So he gets our
Least favorite of the show. Okay, now we can move on to other things.
Woo!
Which
Jesus.
means we're about 30 minutes away from finishing.
Oh my god.
Okay. Theme of the show. Just good versus evil.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I guess another way would
Justice.
be like, yeah, how do you perceive justice?
That's a better theme. I like that
Because,
one.
I mean, that was basically the whole thing.
Yeah, like,
Light saw justice as I'm going to eliminate all the evil people.
even though he didn't see himself as a murderer.
No.
But,
And then the police and L's justice was we're going to take down Kira because he's just a murderer.
yeah. That was
Despite
cool.
how he calls it, it's just murder.
Yeah. You're just killing people at the end of the day.
But it's a good theme. It's not going to fail too often, depending on how well you do it.
Yeah.
Which is for everything. I also have to say that it's one of the... I guess it's not overdone.
Yeah, it's a little bit more original.
Yeah. The way they did this. Good
Yeah.
versus evil and justice is
No, that's
not,
all been done like
not
100
original
times.
at all, but the
With
way
the-
they portrayed this story
With the Death Note and
was
everything else.
different. Yeah, because I've never seen anything where they had a notebook that could kill people.
Yeah, no, it was pretty legit.
Although, you all know that they're doing the Netflix movie, so, yeah. We're not watching it.
No.
Don't expect a reaction. to
We're
that.
not.
It'd probably just be an angry reaction.
I won't even watch it.
So yeah, we're going to say good and evil and justice
Yep.
as the themes for this series. Unfortunately, I did mention a few times that I would probably do what L did. Not L, Light.
Yeah.
But I would not be trying to be a god.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be on that god level. Like,
I'd be like, I'm not trying to be a god here, but there are certain people that really deserve to die.
yeah. I wouldn't have gone to the extent that he went to. But
No.
yeah, I'd like to say, oh no, I wouldn't do it, but I probably,
Probably would.
being all 100%, I probably would.
It's probably bad. Or definitely bad. But, I mean, what can you do?
Not much.
I know there's people who are going to be like, you can't do that. And I'm like, well, I know.
I know.
But I'm not saying I wouldn't do it if I didn't have the book.
Hypothetically, this is what we're saying.
Hypothetically, if I had the book, I would probably do the same thing Light did, just not trying to be a god.
Yeah, not be a god, no.
If he would have tried to stay small, he probably would have got away with it a lot longer.
Yeah.
But Ryuk probably would have got bored a lot easier, and he wouldn't have lasted that long.
Yep.
Either way, I'm not trying to entertain some death
Yeah.
god. So, music.
I like
was-
the music.
Yeah, very good.
I liked it a lot. It's the only theme that I've listened to outside
Outside of the show.
of the show. And I can say that. That's the only one I will listen to. I don't know.
Didn't you tell me you listened to the second Psychopaths theme?
Oh yeah, I did. Scratch that. It was one of the first I listened to that really grabbed me. And it is the opening.
Yeah, it's the opening.
It is the opening thing that really does it, and the montage of the killings.
Oh, yeah, that. God, I don't know how you would call it, like almost like a choir type
Yeah, like
thing, or
I don't know, but it was amazing.
the music is really good,
I liked it. Not
and sometimes kind of cheesy, but good, in a good way. It's the way they use them in the scenes,
that just worked.
like when he's dramatically writing names in his book. Yeah, and they're playing that music. It just makes it so much better.
It does.
Or like when Mikami at the very end, where he's writing names in the book, and he like slides all the way back,
Like,
and it's like, who writes like this?
it's like delete.
That's why I kept saying it's a very over dramatized way of showing.
But I loved every second of the music in this show because it just like it brought it up. Like
It definitely made it better.
it made some scenes that
Not that the show is bad.
no, but it did make some scenes that if they would have used like more
Toned
different music, it wouldn't have been as good. Like I love the drama.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Madhouse picks really good music.
It does pick good music.
Because Parasite is another one they're doing. They pick good music.
Yeah. So
One Punch Man is a Madhouse
see.
production.
I guess I just like them.
It's a good company.
And that's probably. So I already have my vote.
So yeah, I like the music too. The opening,
It was my fave.
I like the opening, but I don't like it as much as some of the other ones. I don't know. I know for Belle, what makes the opening is the part where they're screaming and all the faces of light are on the
They're
screen and they're shaking. I know that makes the theme for Belle.
It does.
And I'm pretty sure when she listens to it, that's what she imagines when that part comes
I
up.
do. It's kind of sad. Like I do. I visualize it, and then it's just like
Oh my god.
shaking faces, and then like no one understands while I'm listening to it in the car, and they're just like weirdo.
What are you listening to? You can't even understand what they're saying. It's
Like
like,
it
I don't
doesn't
care.
matter.
That's one thing I never got.
Yeah.
Is like people think you can't listen to music just because you don't understand what they're saying.
I still feels it.
It's music. You don't need to know what they're saying. Just listen to it.
Right.
If it sounds good, it's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So maybe I'm biased, but I do very much enjoy.
That's why I said Madhouse picks good music.
They do pick good music.
Yeah, they know good music. The art and animation, really good. I wouldn't say it's their best.
No.
But the art style is really good still.
It's still very good, but yeah, I do agree. It's not. Watching some of their other stuff, it's not
Not their best.
their best.
But still really good. Seeing as how I think this came out before Parasite and One Punch Man.
Oh, okay.
So
I could see that. Okay, that makes.
they've had
They've
time
growth.
to improve
Okay.
on their animation. But from the time it came out, if I would have watched this and
It
did
would
this
have been
review,
amazing.
Yeah. It'd have been like, oh my god, this animation is
Yeah.
like the best.
When it was released, yeah, it was like the best that it could be.
It still holds up now.
Yeah.
It's not like it's bad.
No, it's
Or-
still really good. It's just compared to
Some of their newer stuff.
like knowing what they're capable of doing. It's just
No.
like you do see a difference.
Yeah. Like look at One Punch Man. The animation for that is amazing.
It really is.
And from what I understand, they didn't even have like
A big budget?
Big budget. They had a standard budget and put it to good use.
Yeah, they rocked it.
Might be the same for this one, but yeah, the animation is good. Really, really good.
Yeah.
But seeing as how we've seen some of their other stuff,
We
now,
know it can be better.
We know they've done better. Not saying that. Yeah, again, it's not bad.
No.
It's good.
It's
good.
still good.
I really like it. And now for final grades. I can't believe we're already at final grades, and we're 8 minutes after every. You see what we're talking about? This is basically just a huge discussion of characters.
Oh my.
And then very short. This is what we think of everything else. Okay.
LOL.
So, characters as far as overall.
8?
Yeah, I can give it an 8.
8?
I would give it an 8. Just because a few of them were like, I don't
Lacking?
Really, yeah, a little lacking. Nier being one of them.
Yeah. But he wasn't the only one, but
No, he wasn't.
like there
Nier,
were
maybe I would have liked to see a little more out of Matsuda. Not just a whole cheerful...
I wanted to see more out of him. I feel like the end really showed like something that we didn't get to see.
Should have seen more of that Matsuda. Like, this, you should have been able to see that he can be like that
Yeah.
when he needs to be. He was kind of smart, though.
He was.
Like, he did get that, he was able to get them to be able to get the cameras in the Yotsuba Group's
Yep.
room. and he was able to
Fake his
death.
own death.
Even though that was a full like group idea, he did pull it off really well.
Yeah, he did his part like he was supposed to.
Yeah, and despite that, he just seemed.
Way too
I think
happy.
because he was the youngest out of the group, they made him seem very childish.
Like naive. Yeah, he was very naive.
Yeah.
Like too gullible.
Mm-hmm. He should have been a little more.
Doubtful.
Yeah. But I guess they needed a character like that.
Because everyone else was
Was pretty much. What's the word I'm looking for?
questioning.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that'll work. But yeah, I'll give it an 8.
Yeah.
Light was good. He was a good, I'm going to say, antagonist. Which I'm going to say this is one of the few anime I've seen where they actually follow the antagonist instead of the protagonist. Because, I mean, he is the main character. L, definitely really good.
Yep.
Misa,
I liked her.
Ryuk.
Yep.
I think I would have liked to see a little more out of Rem.
I feel like we didn't get as much out of... I feel like I wanted to see both of them more. Ryuk and Rem. Because I remember at one point we were watching and we're like, where's Ryuk?
The whole section where he didn't have the notebook,
Yeah.
he was gone. They just didn't show him at all. Yeah, that was... We were like...
It was a little bit drier during that time.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to see a little bit more of both of them.
Yeah. So yeah, an 8. Since we both agreed. Art and animation, I think I'd give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
Maybe a 7.
Yeah, I'll go 7.5. It's just because it's still good, but I've seen
What they can do.
what they can do. So you can take that as you'd like it, but I've seen what they could do and I'm more blown away.
By some of their newer stuff.
Yeah. Still great, so that's why I get to 7.5.
Close to an 8. Well, halfway to an 8.
Yeah.
What do we got? Story.
8.5?
Gonna give it an 8.5.
Yeah. It was different.
I give it an 8. I think an 8.
I didn't like the second half of it though.
That's why an 8.
Yeah, never mind. It's getting chopped down.
The story was good up until L died.
Yeah, once he died, it was like over.
The story wasn't bad, but it was not nearly as good.
Like it
Is
was.
how I would put it.
I feel like they probably lost a big chunk of their audience, like right after Elle died.
Really tried to extend it.
It felt like they were reaching. At that
I would have
point.
preferred it. I don't even. I mean, they should have just not even killed Elle. I kind of feel like they should have had Elle catch him
I feel like I would have appreciated it more.
if Elle caught him.
Yeah.
It would have been a little more emotional because he did see him as a friend.
He did. I feel like it would have been same layout, but with Elle, it probably would have hit me a lot more.
Because again, Elle did see him as a friend. He liked Light.
He did.
He
He
felt
even
like
told him.
That he was his only friend. And Light did not at all feel the same way.
Yeah, no.
It was like, yeah, I'm just using you so I can get your name and kill you.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
It went down again.
Just because I'm thinking about like all the things once he died that I don't like, it doesn't deserve an 8.5. Just because I do not care for it once he dies.
I give it a 7.9. Almost an 8. I dropped it down 0.10.
Yeah, so
But
I
a
get
7.9 is what
7.5 from me.
Music.
9.
Yeah, I'll have to give it the same. The music really helped make the show.
It did. 9.
So the music is really good. I know you really like the theme.
I do. I truly do.
They changed the second half theme, didn't they?
They did.
And I know you didn't like that
I
one
did
nearly
not.
as much, but it was still. I thought it was still a good one.
It was still good, but
The first one was what we
better.
did.
That's what I felt it. But it still gets a 9.
Yeah, I give it a 9 as well. The music was really good.
Helped
And it
with
helped,
some
and it
scenes.
makes you remember certain scenes better.
Right.
Again, like you said, the killing montage.
That's what really sticks with me.
The
Like the people falling
Yeah.
through like glass and like jumping off buildings. Like it was craziness. I loved
I
it.
remember that, but what I mostly remember is him writing, and
Flipping pages.
yeah,
it
it's.
was just.
I don't know anybody who writes like that, but I believe you will now. So go for it. Just with this music, I believe you can write like this.
Right? Yeah, it really did.
They actually do a parody of that in Watamote.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, with you remember which one that is, right? With the girl that's like really socially awkward and is trying to make friends.
Yeah.
There's a scene in there where she's like on the computer and she's got her mouse and she's like,
oh my god.
and
I'm gonna have to watch it. Oh.
Yeah, I think I have that on our list.
Oh, okay. Maybe
do.
I won't watch it then.
It's 12 episodes. It's short.
Oh, okay.
And I wish they'd do a second season. There's enough for them to do a second season, but they haven't. Anyway, yeah. So overall, what would you give the series?
An 8.
An 8. I give it an 8.5. Simply because of the like the story, like the second half, and some of the characters.
What really brings it down is the second half of the story, and I did not care for Nier.
No, I didn't either. That's why he's our least favorite.
Yeah, I did not care for him or what he brought to the show. It really did, like, lose something for me.
Again, it was like they just tried to copy L and put him in a smaller body.
I think I might have felt differently if they would have done like 2 types of like mellows. Like they're their own person, but you can kind of see why
each one is different.
Yeah, each one is different and why L would have picked them. I just didn't like how it's like, whoop, whoop.
Here's a copy.
Here's like
mini L. Where
it's like he had like a similar hairstyle, but it was white. It was like his exact opposite, and I just didn't like how they. I just didn't care for it. So that's why it is a 8. The music and some other things bring it up, or else it would have been maybe like a 7.5.
So I give it an 8.5. Same reasons, but I don't think I'm as harsh. Obviously. Okay. Would you watch this series again?
Probably.
Now, would you watch the whole thing, or would you only watch up until Elle died?
I'm not gonna lie, I might. I don't know if I'd finish it.
You just watch up until Elle died.
I don't know if I'd stop, but I don't know if I'd be as dedicated to finish it. Like, I feel like I could watch up to where he dies, like, with no problem again.
But once then, the second half, at a certain point, you'd be like, I can't finish this. It's just not working.
It just, like, wouldn't be the same. Like, I wouldn't have, like, that, incentive to be like, oh, we gotta finish this, we gotta go through it. Like, I'd be like, I don't let it change.
Let's watch something else. Let's watch Claymore.
So, I don't know. You could take that answer as, like, watch half of it again, but I don't know if I'd finish it.
I'd probably watch it again. Probably with somebody else who hasn't seen it. A lot of the times, I have to really, really, really like the show in order to rewatch. A series like this, I like, but it's not one of those I think I would watch over and over and over.
Oh, no. I think the most you could watch this show is maybe twice.
And, again, unless I'm watching it with somebody who hasn't seen it.
But that's more for, like, I just want to see how they...
Yeah, that's why I would watch it. I'd be like, I wonder how they're going to react to this scene right here, or what they're going to think of when this happens, or
how their opinions of this, so we could talk about it.
Yeah, which makes it a little more interesting because then you're like, okay, well, why didn't they think this?
Yeah.
What kind of response is that to this scene? That's not what you're supposed to do. What? I'm pretty sure a lot of people think that when they saw us, like, why wasn't there a reaction for this?
Right. Yeah.
And I think this is the series I got the most hate for.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah. I do.
I got the most hate for this series.
I don't know why.
Especially by one dude who I guess thought it would get him points with you if he badmouthed me.
Yeah, and I didn't like that.
No. A big tip. If you want to get points with somebody, do not badmouth their family.
Yeah, it's just an instant no. Like, I instantly was like, wow. Kind of being a bleep.
Yeah. It does not help. Like I said, if you badmouth their family.
No, it really just doesn't.
I'm pretty sure at this point everybody still thought I was your boyfriend or something.
Yeah, everyone at this point still didn't realize that we were cousins.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, is this your boyfriend? We're like, no. Family. Cousins.
Cousin. And this guy, I guess, never got the memo.
Yeah.
I think we said it twice, though.
But we told him.
Yeah.
He's got no reason.
Yeah.
We both told him.
And then he would give you a compliment afterwards.
Like at the end
he
of
would
it.
badmouth me and then give you a compliment.
You're like, what?
Don't worry, Bill. You're smart. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would just read it and be like, wow. Okay.
I don't even remember the guy's name, and I don't even bother.
No,
Looking
I
it
don't
up.
remember, but
Yeah,
I remember that guy.
I just remember I got the most hate for this one.
yeah, I remember
Even now,
that.
I remember somebody on the other channel, the Ghost channel.
Mm-hmm.
I forget how long. It was like months, a couple months after we finished. Like maybe last month.
Yeah.
This guy made a comment saying, "I guess I spoiled something," and he called me an idiot.
Oh, I remember this one. I remember this comment. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, what did I spoil?
Yeah.
Like, what did I say? In
It
this
was like,
one?
don't spoil her. You.
Yeah.
I remember that comment because it was very rude. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
And I'm just like, what did I spoil in this episode?
Yeah, I still don't remember what you spoiled, but I was like, wow.
So yeah, I think this is the only one I've ever really gotten a lot of hate for.
Yeah, other than that,
I know one of the I know the same guy that we were first talking about didn't like that I kept bringing up that I read the manga.
oh yeah, yeah.
It was like, just because he's read the manga, he thinks he knows more than you.
Well,
like
because
I kind of
you do.
I know what's going to happen.
It's
That's
like-
all I'm saying.
it's
Is
just-
I know what's going to happen. It's not a big surprise for me.
Yeah.
Because I knew this was happening. I know how it's going to end because I've read the manga.
It's like, I know.
I'm not trying to put it over Belle's head. Like, you don't know anything. I know everything that's going to happen. You loser. You suck. Why am I even showing this to you?
Right?
There's no point.
I'm
I know what's going to happen.
I'm a lame. I don't even know why I'm here.
No. That's not what was going on. I was just, every time something would happen, I'd be like, oh, I've read the manga, so I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, but that's just a genuine reaction.
Yeah.
It's like, but anyway.
Would you recommend this?
Yeah. Just so I could talk to them, mainly to get their thoughts on it.
Yeah. That'd basically be my reason. Yeah, I'd recommend it. I'd be like, you should check out Death Note.
Yeah.
It's not very typical anime. You know, like how they have like the big bug eyes
Yeah.
sometimes, and they're just all
Cutesy
and stuff. This is definitely not that anime.
No.
The closest you get to that is Misa, and she's still very realistic.
Yeah.
She's just more animated
Yeah.
than the rest of the characters. Except for maybe Matsuda. He's also kind of animated.
Yeah.
But Misa was more likable.
But
Yeah, I would recommend the series.
yeah.
I think I might have already.
I think I
At least
already told
once.
someone to watch it.
Was it Andre?
Yeah, I told him to watch it, and then I told like someone besides him. I think I told to watch it. Oh, one of my girlfriends.
Yeah.
I told to go watch it because she likes anime.
Okay. And she hadn't seen it?
No, she watches a lot. She watches a lot of cutesy.
Oh, so Moe anime.
She watches a lot of cutesy anime.
Okay. Like, this is not your typical cutesy
Yeah, I told her, I was
anime.
like, this is a little bit different. I want you to step outside your comfort zone.
Watch Death Note. It is definitely not what you're used to.
Yeah.
So that is it. 2 hours and 22 minutes
Yep.
of review. Sort of. It was basically 2 hours of character and story, and then 20 minutes of everything else.
Yep.
Basically what we said would happen.
Yeah.
We know how this works.
Yeah.
We know we're going to talk mostly about the characters.
It's just, it happens.
Yeah. I mean, you can't not talk a lot about the characters, because you usually have a lot to say about some of them.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't talk a whole lot about the group, the Kira group, but we did talk about the most important ones.
Yeah, the main people in there and like what they contributed, and we talked about them. We just, God, if we would have went into detail like one by one, like what we were trying to do the first hour, we'd still be going.
That whole 2 hours would have probably just been light.
It really just would have.
Because an hour in is when we were like, you know what, let's just make this about everybody.
Yeah,
Because
it's
we're an
just-
hour in on light, and we're not done yet.
Yeah.
We're not even halfway through.
It's like, oh God. I know, I was sitting here and I was like,
So we're going to just combine the whole thing into
Just
all
talk
the
about everyone.
characters. I don't think that's going to happen with Full Metal or anything.
I don't think so. There's not enough people that I think we'd have to.
We could do it separate.
Yeah, I think we could do it separate.
Yeah. This one just kind of turned out that way.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Sorry it took so long for this to get out. again, because of unforeseen circumstances happening within our lives,
Yep.
it got pushed back 3 months.
But it's here now!
Finally. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'd be like, when are we doing the review?
I know, it's like...
So if you enjoyed our review, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button so you can get updates on our releases. And check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for anything else we decide to post. I am also going to be putting like little markers like in the timestamps in the description so that you can skip. I might put this in the beginning like a note saying that as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, because I don't think they want to get to the end and then be like, oh, there were timestamps?
You're like, I could have skipped through this!
It's going to be kind of hard to do the characters, though, because we just talked about everybody.
Yeah, so that one...
You're going to have to listen to the whole 2
Yeah.
hours. I'm sorry.
My bad.
Yeah, yeah.
There was just nothing we could do.
Okay, so until next time,
Bye.
bye.